Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. I'm going to say right now that it is really early for me, so if I sound half asleep or make bad decisions, that's why we're here warming up. um, Invitational is today! Woo! So I'm just gonna get some extra practice in as much as I can before then. It's like just under 5 hours until then. Might quit a bit early though, just so I can get lunch before it starts or something. Don't know. Well, we'll try and get as much practice in as we can. If we do happen to run into our opponent, I think we'll just concede, just so we don't run, like, he doesn't learn the matchup. Because I think he has the advantage. Just figured I'd warn you, so just in case I insta-concede and you guys are confused. That would be why. Yeah, I didn't end up streaming yesterday, because as soon as I got home from work, I laid down and passed out for 3 hours. By then it was already 10 o'clock, and I'm just like, screw it, I'll sleep through the whole night. So that's the main reason why I'm up early. uh, but also, yeah, I want that last minute practice. I was at the auction house from the end of yesterday, picked up a couple Luma Volfi eggs. They were on a decent deal, so if we get lucky, I'll get a Luma from those. If not, we can still hope for blues. I've never actually queued it this time, so I don't know how bad the queue times are. I think it's a pretty bad time though, because most of the US is still asleep. It should be a pretty good time for Pacific and Europe though, so don't know. Depends on who actually has plans on a Saturday. MSI is my plan. I figure some of the other top players will be trying to get some practice in too. It's always good to at least get a couple warm-up games in, even if it's on a different team, just to get your brain thinking Temtem. Don't want to make some of the silly mistakes I always make throughout the week. Alright, that wasn't too bad of a queue. I picked the right team today. Looking at this team makes me sad, specifically the Scaravolt and Gario. Those are the two slots I wanted to swap out because both of them are 4 times weak to Volfi, the most common Tem in the game. I'm not sure what I would swap them for though. Hey, facing Clash Nagy. Oh, hey, another Saku, that's cool to see. Actually, half our team's the same. Saku, Gario, Tuvine, Hazrat. I see 2 digitals, no mentals. Do I even want to ban the Molgu? Molgu's pretty slow. I probably should. Other options to ban Toxics. Garunder's pretty bad. Morning, Grunty. My first? I only see 1 viewer on my stream manager, so I would guess so. I just started streaming, so. We see a Scaravolt ban, kind of interesting. Gets walled by Nestla, gets one-shot by Gario. It doesn't even have a fire move till turn 3 for these two. Do you win a Luma? Unfortunately, I don't have Lumas to give away, really. If I did, I'd love to do some little reward stuff, even with just like channel points. I'm gonna pick Tuvine first, because Tuvine's good into this entire team. Like, I know he's got a fire with Hazrat, but I'm also wind and can one-shot while only taking half health. Tuvine wins the Hazrat matchup almost every single time. Saku can eat hits well, and won't be able, but it won't be able to damage. Good luck today. Thank you, Mizu. I'm gonna need it. I do see the Molgu come out. I really want to bring Saipat, predicting that the Saku doesn't have Pedal Dagger because most of them don't. Frond Whip is generally better. Oh, Grunty, thank you so much for the sub. Now I really wish I did have a Luma to give you. Sub for luck, yeah. I'll definitely give it a try. These are all the top players in the game. There's so much good competition. Oh, you too, Mizu? Oh, you guys are so awesome. I can't even focus on Pick Band right now. I'm still trying to wake up and you guys are being awesome. um, I have Double Nature to deal with the waters. I think I'm gonna ban Azrat just because it can threaten my natures. Walls is my own Hazrat. I'm gonna bring Broccolum. Not everyone in the Temtem community is toxic, I know. There's actually so many great people in the Temtem community. As long as you stay out of comp chat. Even the guys in comp chat overall are good guys, it's just that their way of expressing their opinions is very strong and oppressive. I don't think Hazrat's gonna do a whole lot for us, so I'm gonna go with the other two. Alright, so it's all good. It's gonna be very important if this Saku has Pedal Dagger or Nox Bomb. I know the set I run on mine is Frond Whip, Boomerang, Narco Hit, and Lifeful Sap, since it gives me triple coverage and also healing, because the Lifeful Sap wins so many late games. Cash doesn't get a real Earth move. Yeah, hopefully next patch or something. See how Prodigy does with it in the Invitational today. Should be very interesting. Even if Saipak goes down here, just doing that much damage to Molgu is plenty. This Molgu actually has significant speed invest in it though, because it took a lot of damage and also it outsped my 2-Vine. Possibly a blue screen Molgu. Oh, it did have Pedal Dagger. That's okay, it's just a 1-for-1 trade, but me getting rid of the Digi that hits 3 of my Tems is, well, 2 now, is very good. It opens up my other 2 melees. Like, Broccolum has nothing that can hit it right now, except the Wastewater on the Zalbian. So I'm just gonna bring Tutu, and then we'll just try and burst down the Zalbian. If he doesn't bring Zalbian, I double Nox Bomb the Saku. But yeah, he brings it in. No surprises. I don't think there's anything he has to resist the Crystal Plume. Nope. I mean, 2-Vine would take it alright. And I'm gonna Feather Gatling. He can't waste water because then he'll take super effective damage unless it's a very slow Zalbian. And E-Punch will be low priority. He'll take 2 hits before then, and it won't matter if Tutu goes down after that. Yeah, if I can get rid of this, Broccolum and Saku can win the rest of the game. I know the 2-Vine probably has Nox Bomb, but I'm really not afraid of it. Broccolum can do like 90% of his health with a single Soul Shout, so any amount of chip afterwards will finish it. Plus Nox Bomb procs Camouflage, so he can't even attack me twice in a row. It is a fast Zalbian, and it does use Wastewater. He was probably hoping to be slower, but I'm not quite sure why you wouldn't just use Electro Punch at that point. Because that guarantees my kill on it here. What, Narco? Very strong, but Tag Team probably helps me live that turn from the 2 super effective hits. See Nestle here, kind of an interesting choice. I know it OXs me bad, but I'm just going to CPG the Nestle. Try and get a Nox Bomb off on Saku if he swaps. Just trying to get some chip on it just to prepare for Broccolum coming in. In a late game Saku versus Saku, if we got there, my Saku would win because it has Lifeful Sap. His fairly obviously does not. Or mine also has energy drink, so it can't be put to sleep. Oh, he has bait on his. Okay. Alright. One shot the Nesla. Looks to be a faster Nesla then. Rondwip, I still take that. Two Vine's defense is through the roof. Gonna rest on Two Vine, no reason to try anything special here. Click Haito, just in case. Die to the Pedal Dagger or the Narco from the Saku. GG's, Clash Nagi. Good to start off the day with a win. Maybe that's a good sign. Hey, we got promoted. Definitely a good sign. Maybe I should put these Luma eggs away. Because if those hatch, then that might be my luck gone for the day. Maybe I shouldn't hunt in Side Park either. That's how luck works, right? You only have a limited amount for the day, and I should save it for the tournament here. Nah. Luck's hardly a factor at this level of play. It's all about getting predictions and stuff right. I do plan to record my matches though. I'm not going to stream them, but I will record them with commentary, so if anyone is interested in watching them after the fact, I'll just post them on my YouTube. So you guys can hear my internal panic as soon as I make a bad move, and then my opponent doesn't predict that, and then it works out, or however it's gonna happen. I have not met this player before. Ree! It's too early. This is Drakash, Grunty. Only one other fire for synergy. He's very earth weak, and I have only one earth type on my team. There's a mental, but also Inky's kind of a problem. I'm gonna ban the Barnshee though, because I have either Gario or Broccolum to deal with Inky. They're doing it wrong. I'm not sure how to play Drakash right. The only way I've used it effectively is with a Moala team as a Sentinel user. Okay, so he banned Broccolum so he can lead. Let them cook, then pass judgment. Fair. So that means he can DC beam and then plague with Amphitheater probably. That's the only way he could kill my. Oh no, that wouldn't even kill. I actually put enough Spadef in my Gario to live one plague from a Volphy. So there's no way that a plague from Amphitheater would one-shot it. He's got no trap. Maybe it's Drill Amphitheater? I didn't calc for Drill. But he didn't pick it instantly, which makes me think it's not. Most people, if they're trying to bait you into a pick and you pick it, then they'll be like, oh, haha, you fell into my trap, and then they'll insta-pick. But you can also play the reverse psychology of that, like, oh, I'll make him think that my Amphitheater doesn't have Drill by taking a long time to think, so he'll keep it in. Hazorat's cool here. I get Lava Wave synergy, double fire. Unless it's a... No, even if it's a base speed Amphitheater, my Hazorat won't outspeed a Plague. But I was thinking I could have disabled Drill with the C's from Lava Wave. And then that would have been funny. But that did not happen, so... Side pack goes down. That makes hedging an issue. It was basically my free hedging counter. Because I have enough speed in it just for that matchup. It was probably a bad choice because there's only one hedging. in the Invitational, and it's played by Funky, who I think is on the opposite side of the bracket from me. So, kind of unfortunate there, but it is what it is. Gotta make it through the first match first. Saku's definitely going to be more use here than Scaravolt because double Earth. He doesn't pick Inky, that's really good for me. Inky's actually a huge problem for my team. Just because I'm really slow and Inky has a huge damage output. Huge. Oh, nice. I have Nox Bombs and Saku to deal with the Ukama. So that doesn't bother me in the slightest. Okay, so... Oh, it's Marble's Amphitheater, so it is not Drill. Not that he was able to do it turn 1. There's a good chance that in at least one of the slots he's swapping in an Earth. One of his 2 Earths. I would assume that will be in the Amphitheater slot, and that he is going to bring in Drakash. I could double the Amphitheater slot with a Soil Steam, plus my choice of Lava Wave or Wastewater, but then I'd be not getting damage on Gialis, which is probably more of an issue. I kind of want to keep Gario alive for Drakash. I bet he's just going to stay in, break the evasion, and then get a double gash off, thinking that that's his best play. Nope, I guessed wrong. But he clicked Ukama, and I clicked Wastewater. Oh, the Gialis has Drill. That I was not expecting. If that did not have camo, it would have died to the Toxic Tick. Okay, so he's got a very squishy aggro team. It's... yeah. I'm going to keep Gario alive, because if I get to a situation with just Mudrid and or Drakash, I can deal with him. I don't have any great swaps here, though. I might swap in Saku just to get Frond Whip hold off, and also because it's not really essential for anything left. Actually, Tutsu might be even better because it dies to... but Tutsu can hit the other 2. And that's tag team value down the drain. So I'm gonna swap in Saku. And we'll just Venomous Claws the Ukama. Will I be faster? No. No, I won't be. Unless he uses like Water Cannon or Tsunami. But I don't think so. Yeah, it just uses Aquatic on the Hazrat. If Gialis kills Hazrat here, that's okay because I get Toxic Farewell. That is A-okay. At work, thinking about Temtem. Gotta work on a Saturday. That is unfortunate. But thank you for stopping by, Senpai. Are you gonna be able to watch the MSI? I know it's not very effective, but I'm gonna try and finish off the Gallus with Venomous Claws. Since it's a very fast Gialis, it probably doesn't have a lot in defense invest, and I might be able to pull it off. If Mudrid stays in, it dies to the Frond Whip. Best case scenario is Gialis kills Hazrat, and then Saku one-shots Mudrid. He swaps for Amphitheater, that's kind of whatever. Yep, Venomous Claws takes out Gialis. He must have clicked Crystal Bite. Frond Whip being down sucks a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Drakash. Morning, PJ. Saku's done well. I'm gonna Venomous Claws Amphitheater and then just get some chip. Love all the new Pookie swag. Yeah, it's all pretty cool. I realize that you guys can't even see the credit in the bottom left, can you? It was. It's all made by Kana. I didn't realize that the quality of my streams was so bad, but I don't really have a great way to fix that at the moment, so. Thanks for sticking with me anyways. Low quality streamer. What is this stream time? This is I crashed at 7 o'clock last night from work, slept for 3 hours, and realized, oh, I'm just gonna sleep through the whole night. So, I'm here now. Even have the mount in the shop this week? Yes, I did buy the Piranha mount as well. Literally the Magnetonics week. Oh, PJ, thank you for the sub. I've only been streaming, I haven't even been streaming a half an hour yet, and I've already gotten 3 subs. Y'all are so awesome. Decided on that team for the interregional. I really didn't have a choice. This was the team that I was working on most recently, and then they were like, oh yeah, you have to send in your team codes by this day. Or I should say, I remembered that there was a due date for the team codes earlier than I wanted it to be. So this was the only one I was able to send in that I felt confident about. But even then, like Saipat was not a good choice. Gets completely walled by Adoro and Naga. And a few others as well. But yeah, it's a team I'm largely comfortable with. It's just the one from multiple seasons ago that I've played. I've probably played 1,000 games with the core of Tutsu, Tuvine, Saku. And so it's not going to be anything new or crazy. It's just, can I predict my opponents and do I have the tools to beat them? So first 2 Volphy eggs, no hatch. These are just some eggs I picked up in the auction house. I forgot to put the eggs away. It's okay, I'm just burning through them not having luck. Look, it's 1 in 75 eggs, so I don't really expect a hatch, but not getting 1 in 3 isn't expensive free time. I didn't even stop that free time in a while. I got like a couple grand in there from just freeing random stuff. These are just the other 3 eggs in the batch. Basically, if I see Luma eggs under 40k for a tem that's not 100% spawn rate and I don't have it, I'll buy it. Oh, forgot to queue up. Alright. Tamer pass. I'm moving along. Considering I've basically only played comp here, it's... We're actually already on level 23 of it. Earth eggs look like chocolate chip cookies. They do, kind of. The egg designs in this game are actually really cool. I remember when I was like first checking out the Kickstarter and they showed the nature egg for Spreol, I was like, wow, they have exclusive eggs based on the tem. Because the nature egg looks like it completely fits Spreol. But it's just based on the type. But it's still a really cool thing. It's just something you kind of gloss over after you've been playing so long. But it's a really nice touch, just visually. So I forgot to change the win rate. It's 2-0. Completed our little mission for the day. Oh, we got the black screen. Come on. I'm still here, game. Actec. Already an improvement from Pokemon. It's always bothered me the eggs always look the same. I know. Yeah. Hey, at least in Pokemon Go they had the little spots be different colors based on how long the egg takes to hatch. They could at least do that to the mainstream games, but so I see double mental and a Tolkien. Oh, Mashuk, that's another Tem that completely walls Slypat. It's just ugh. Slypat's gonna be a dead Tem. Vansgario, that's one of my Tolkien counters. But Adoro is just a huge pain, and I can't even lead double wind into it because he's got multiple electrics. And even if I ban Tolkien, he still has Auhif as a fire type to kill Tuvine. So there's the Auhi. I want to bring Saipat. Saipat can do a lot of damage to it initially. But then we're likely going to see Nesla or Volphy. So I guess I could bring in one of my natures, something like Broccolum. But then if he just burns me with either Tolkien or Auhi, and I can't one-shot it, then we're in a bad spot. I can't bring in Scaravolt because he's got 2 Earths. Might be the play to bring Saku. Saku, I can get a Lifeful Sap off turn 1. Otherwise, I can use Boomerang to finish off the Auhi after the burn. Kinda baits him to pick Tolkien so I can bring in Scaravolt or Hazrat. For a swap in for Saku. Yeah, so there's that. Got 2 wins from Mashuk. Nesla, I've got natures. Volphy, I have natures and melees. Mudred, so kind of weird, but biggest counter to my team is Gazuma. Just because I don't have anything to hit it well. Because if he just banned Tuvine there, like Gazuma actually only has 1 weakness in Crystal, even though its physical defense is trash. It's basically another weakness, but it's only got 1 explicit weakness. Playing Temtem at 100 FPS so long, Pokemon at 30 just looks not good. I play Temtem at 30, I think. Just, for me, frames and graphics mean practically nothing. Alright. I should have picked Scaravolt last. That was a mix. Well, Nesla counters Scaravolt as well because of Electric Synthesize. I was kind of hoping I could bring Hazrat. I'm gonna have to bring Broccolum just for the Earth types. It's a cool seal. I haven't seen that before. Oh no, that's the legend one. I just didn't even notice the little podium they had for stuff. Alright, so that sucks. I was not expecting Heat or Tolkien. I guess I should have realized it with the Resistant Mudred. Shoot, that puts a damper in my plans. It's a question of do I think he's going to swap for an Earth type. If he does, I want to keep Saipat or Saku in. Probably Saipat to get Nicho up. If he does not, I want to swap to Tuvine Scaravolt. Ah, shoot. Yeah, the heater is gonna ruin me. I actually completely forgot it gets that ability. This is why it's good to get the little practice in beforehand, but it's also something I would learn in a best of 3 scenario, so. Vulcan is 60% heater. I don't think it's 60%. That's an interesting Jinx Whisper. I get woken up from the burn here. I believe. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Alright, so I can get a Venomous Claws on Aohi now. It dies if it stays in. If he swaps... I guess it's pretty reasonable. We could see a swap for... melee type in the Earth slot. Or Earth type in the Tolkien slot. Shoot, I don't know. I'm not in a bad position though if I just Venomous Claws and T-Strike. Because if he brings in Mudred, then I have Nicho Sai. And unless it's a max speed Mudred, I'll go for, well, I'll always go first. No, see, this is the board I was predicting. If I would have got the Nicho Sai, then this Volfi would be dead. But now it's not. Yeah, so if that wasn't 4 times resist, it would have done 28%. So it's a bulkier Volfi. Yeah, if I would have gotten that predict, I would have just been able to ninja the Volfi. And then I wouldn't have to worry about Scaravolt on this board, but now Scaravolt is in a position to die. And I need something to die for a fresh swap into 2-Vine here. I don't really want to let Saipat go though, because a Venomous Claws is something that'll outspeed and finish off Aohi, and a Nox Bomb is really good for Tolkien. But Scaravolt's also good. I think I actually just need to let Scaravolt die. Predict that he'll double in Saipat. Well, Cage. I'm up super early? I am. I passed out really early last night, so I woke up early, figured I'd get some games into practice. I'm not sure about that Volfi swap if he was caging. That's very strange kind of a throw, to be honest. And yeah, so now his Mashuk is practically dead. He can't one-shot Saipat. What does that play get him? I don't know. Maybe he was hoping to finish off Saipat and get an Ignis proc on Aohi. That's why I don't like Cage on Mashuk, it's just weird. Maybe he just wanted to show that he could swap even after he caged because of Team Elusive. He was hoping you'd FF after seeing Cage shook. He swapped in the same turn. If he would have like plagued Saipat or hit Scaravolt with anything, then yeah, I probably would have felt like forfeiting. Alright, so now I just Nicho and Electric Storm. If he cages, then Tolkien dies, and Saipat maybe lives. If he doesn't cage, I kill him this turn, hopefully. And then... Okay, he did cage. What? That's such a goofy play. Oh, he gives himself the nut bar proc. Why can you do that to yourself? That's dumb. Probably backed out and thought of cage afterwards. That's a very likely possibility. Yeah, there's good friend. Unfortunately, I did use Nietzsche there, predicting a swap, not predicting the throwaway Tolkien play. Because without Tolkien and without Mashuk, then there's nothing to kill Broccolum. Oh. Hello, Starla, welcome. Got some content before the main content today. Yeah, he trolled himself with Cage twice. He was definitely in a winning position there. GG's. Thank you for the follow, Giuseppe77. Not worried about spread leaks. They're all on my previous streams anyways, honestly. It's not... Yeah. If they really want to catch some of my spreads, they can just watch my previous streams and scroll through the whole thing. Can't really stop them from doing that. I'd rather have more content and have you guys enjoy than have like a 1% higher chance of winning my first match. You have a website dedicated to all of my spreads? I mean, back when Dojo Wars were really big, I know that some of the larger clubs were writing down spreads of everyone's teams. I mean, it was a good plan, but I was too lazy. I'm like, I'll just do a crazy team and see if I can beat you anyways. I mean, there's plenty of players like Funky, where he just plays practically the same team all the time, but he just uses it so well that it doesn't matter if you know exactly what every single one of his tems is, spread-wise, moves-wise, anything, because he'll still outplay you. Gosh, sure queued up after watching. His team is very similar to some of the other players in this tournament. So it's good practice, so thank you, Shirk. So yeah, like 5 of these tems are the same as what I'll be facing today, and I think I decided my best band's going to be Adoro. See it as much as sniping as I see it as him helping me for today's match. But I mean, practically, like, he probably did intentionally queue. So it's just however you want to take it. Yeah, it's definitely a good way to test the matchup, though. Okay, so I like Saku. I'm gonna bring Tuvine. Tuvine's threatening. I don't like Saku anymore. I don't know if it's Fright. I think it's Frightnack because there's a Naga. So that means no baits and no marbles, but I would have tag team. If I pick Scarevolt now, I could ban one of his Earths and be in a good position. If it's Frightnack, why not play Psypad? Because there's still a Digi on the board. And plus, if he's got Sharp Leaf, I would die in 2 turns. Like, if I just wanted the Nox Bomb, I could have just picked the 2-2, just for tag team to reduce damage, and just double Nox Bomb anyways. It's still a... If it's Nutbar Tyrannac, it takes 4 Nox Bombs to kill it. Saw me in game and decided to check if I'm live. Yep. Basically, anytime I'm playing comp nowadays, I'm online. Yeah, so Gario gets banned. I think I'm gonna... that means Tuvine's more important for Garunder. And it also means I'm going to ban Scaravolt. Because Scaravolt's very tanky, especially if it's good friend, which is what I'm assuming this one is. And without an Earth type to one-shot it, I don't have... I guess I only have Psypat with Nox Bombs. Want to jump back into PvP? These streams will teach you something, hopefully. Oh, I hope I can teach you something, yeah. Rockolum hits 3 of his Tems. I probably want to grab Saku as well. Maybe I don't want Saku. I like Saku for Frond Whip for the Naga. It also has Narco to hit Garander if it comes down to it. Completely walls 2 Vine, or 2 Rock. You're really sweaty even if you didn't get much TMR. Yeah, I mean, playing against high level players is always fun. I ran into a bunch as well on my streams, especially on a Wednesday. We learn how to have fun in this house. That's the goal. I'll be back to teams is like right away on Monday if I'm able to stream. So, and I think we'll be doing Kip's Gravelbag Cowrin team. So, but I'm gonna do some mono stuff. I want to try a mono crystal team just because I hear it's so awful. I don't really know what else. I've still put most of my brain power towards today's Dina Regional. He doesn't really want to bring either Gario or Naga here, but Naga at least gives him some mental moves. A mono crystal team. I like trying to build one, but thank you for the offer. Might end up very similar to what you have though. Okay. So he could swap in Turok for the moments. I could then swap in Broccolum. But then Broccolum doesn't like Tyrannic. He went 2-0 and never used it again. Ah, it's good. Good to end off on a positive though. Yeah, Moments is almost certainly swapping for Turok. I would say Saku's in general more important than Broccolum. Here's the Turok, no surprises. So as long as Tuvine eats the Embers... The Sharp Leaf, very interesting. So he's not running Embers. So that means he's probably running Meteor Swarm, Meteorite, and Outgrowth, which is, I guess that's normal. I can get another Nox Bomb off. He'll Meteor Swarm, no surprises, but I'm gonna Resin Trap this Turok. So whatever's... Okay, he's just staying in. Also, it's actually Intimidator Tyrannac, because my bait procced. Worth noting. So I do not get Camouflage here. Now Turok's trapped, and some of the biggest counters to my Scaravolt are going to be eliminated. Even if these 2 Tems go down, a 2-for-2 trade is a-okay. Problem is that I think Turbine kills Broccolum here. Not that I need Broccolum for anything, but that just means the Turok lives another turn. And I don't have anything that can actually kill it instantly. It's not like I have max HP in the Broccolum, but I don't have like hardly any defense invest. Or I literally have none. swap to Saku. E flatten, thank you for the luck. I love all the support guys. So many people wishing me luck today. Also unfortunate it did stay in, so I could have plagued. And he stoneballed the 2 Vine. But now Sako has Frond Whip up, so win your first match so I can cast the second one. I'd love to if the opportunity arises. But it's up to more than just me. I think I'd actually just CPG and Frond Whip the Turok slot. Just predicting a swap of either of the other two. I could also swap out 2 Vine. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna swap out 2 Vine. Four hours. Yeah. Okay, so we do see a swap on the Turok. Darn, it was into the Grunder. I could have gotten the CPG. I wasn't sure. I was not sure if that's what he was gonna do. Oh, the priority. I didn't think about that. I forgot that these moments run harmful. It's kind of weird. I know this doesn't put the Grinder to sleep, but it's just my highest damaging move available. Binary Flood. So now I'm actually put to sleep and my regen gets pushed off. That was a good play. I didn't think about that. I just wanted some good neutral damage on the Garunder. Yeah, this one's going to be a little hard to come back from. I can't even run the moments out of stamina either because of Sweatband. Two no HP invest? No, it's actually full HP invest. It's just he's got like max special attack on the moments and max attack on the Garunder. And you know, super effective, so it'll deal tons of damage. Let's see Turok come back in. I wonder if he doesn't kill 2 Vine here. No, 2 Vine goes down, so that's good. So I can Plague and that'll finish off the Turok, but if he swaps back to Garunder, then I will not kill it. Yeah. Oh no, it's Nagais. Interesting. I guess that makes enough sense. He's removing the DA because it actually works against him here to allow my Saku to go before Turok. Oh, and that barely kills Broccolum. Yeah, I suppose I probably should have banned the moments, just because it's a digi and it's very tanky. He actually brings Inker under here, which is interesting. That actually gives me a sliver of a chance. No, it doesn't, because my Scare Vault doesn't outspeed. Yeah, he just doubles Saku. Kinda interesting that his Moments has more speed than my Saku, though. Yeah, Rockfall. Scare Vault goes down. No X's. We're now in a late game with Saku and Moments. Do I win? I'm not sure. The Moments doesn't do too much damage, and I'm able to heal with Lifeful Sap. It depends on his moveset. It has Sweatband? Yeah, you're right. That's probably going to be the deciding factor. One rest and it's already over half stamina. Yeah, no, there's no way I win. He's back up to full stamina now. How much does this do? This does like 25%, I can probably win. No, that's a 5-hit KO. Guess he was hoping for me to narco. Yeah, I think this 3-turn move rotation finishes me off. $152 down to $155. Yeah. I needed to use Narkit on another turn when he had. Actually, I don't think this is enough for him. Wow. Actually, I'm not sure binary versus harmful, but I may have died. GG Shirk. Crazy endgame there. I wasn't talking much. I was too busy trying to do like all the calcs in my head, trying to figure out if there's any possible chance to win this. Oh man. Yay, we won. Yeah, so maybe there is a chance in this invitational. Why you want to use Sako on your new team? Yeah, it's a very cool Tem. I love running it as a bruiser. Oh, last Volphy. Nope, no Luma. Alright. Still got plenty of time for games. Lifeful, Pedal Dagger, Nox Bomb confirmed. Or Lifeful's better than Pedal. Yeah, I think so. Saku's bulk is just gives you too much value with Lifeful to pass up. Pedal Dagger just doesn't do enough damage to justify, and you don't really need quad coverage with by bringing Nox Bomb. The Narco hit allows you to hit, I think, every time in the game for normal damage, neutral. Because nature's only resisted by nature, toxic, fire, and none of those resist wind. None of the wind resist mental, so. Oh, an update. Yeah, Shirk's messaging me after the fight. He's saying he should have brought in Turok when he brought in Garunder for the late game and was basically just sacking it. And that definitely would have been the better play. But sometimes there's only things you realize in the, like after the game's over. I get that feeling all the time. Alright, we got another match. We got a rematch against Actec. We'll see if he... Oh, there's no more Tolkien. That's very strange. I just... if I don't have to worry about Tolkien, then cool. Gotta remember that the Mashuk has cage, though. So if Mashuk's on the board and has hold off, do not swap. He bans my side pat. That's actually kind of funny. He just... so he's probably still going to pick Auhi, and then he'll just pick one of his Earths with it. Rockalum's very, very good this game, so I'm just going to pick it because I want it this game no matter what, and he would just counter my lead no matter what I picked. Cool. If you want to just bring Volphy into a Broccolum board, I'm okay with that. Faced Tawin this morning. It was an interesting match. You barely won. Yeah, everyone's probably trying to get practice. I'm surprised I haven't run into any of the other participants yet. I suppose for a lot of them it's still really early. NA folks are just like, oh, I'll sleep in and rather just be well rested for the matches. But he bans Saku, anticipating I'm going to ban his Auhi, and just not wanting to deal with it. That's fair. That's very fair. So that means he only... By getting rid of my Broccolum, he's got one less thing to worry about. I'm still going to ban his Auhi, so I don't have to pick my Scaravolts. guess Scarab's just not going to do a whole lot for me against a double Earth team. Al went into Toa on earlier this morning. That's it. Yeah, I think both of them are like Pacific region, so that makes sense. Toa is actually my opponent in the first round. I already said earlier, but if I face him on ladder before the interregional, I'm just going to concede because I don't want to give him any sort of practice. And so I'd rather just, and I'd also want to save it for the main event. Thank you for the follow, Bladeheart. Okay. Smart and more entertaining choice. Yeah, I don't care about my rank. Like, there's no reason to push to legend this early on. I'd do it later. Admittedly, want to use Tutu on your PvE team. Tutu's awesome, yeah. Tag team, just throw any other wins and melees on there, and all of a sudden, it gets so much value. Shirk got legend? I'm not sure. I haven't been paying attention to the top ranks. Juvine will be nice. He doesn't have anything that actually resists the soul shout. So I'm just gonna attack. He stays in. Very interesting. Oh man, you guys are all saying different people are the ones that got legend first. It's a parry or Mashuk with very low stam invest. I am predicting Volfi to swap. Or he might not swap, he might just play. Yeah, so he's going to double into the Broccolum. I'm hoping this kills. It doesn't. Because of the nut bar. That's unfortunate. Oh, it does kill, but Broccolum dies. Only thing I have that can outspeed this Volfi is my Hazoret. And I also want to save Tutu to bring it in later against Mudrid if I can, or even Lawali. Yeah. Of course, there's marbles. Based on how much damage the Volfi took from the Soul Shout, I'm pretty sure it's a really bulky Volfi, so I should outspeed here. Yeah. I have marbles too. I know I do. Alright, Volfi goes down. He actually attacks the Hazoret though. Depending on Gazuma and Lawali's speed tierings, we could see either one. I'm gonna Lava Wave, try and pot. I'm not gonna I could outspeed a Hypoxia, but I'll just die to a Tornado. I don't think he'll double in Gario here, but he could Tornado and then play Gario, and it would die for sure. I'll just Cold Geyser on the off chance that this can do enough. I guess I could have swapped in like Tuvine there, predicting the water move or the wind move. That would have been alright as well. That is a very squishy bug. It will die to the toxic ticks now, so that's cool. And then I just need to create a situation for... Yeah, Gazuma attacking here is actually troll, because now it OXs and can't get another attack off. If it would have rested, killed the Gario, and then been able to Tesla Prison 2-2 next turn, it would have been a lot better for it. Alright, and that does more than half to Lawali, which is huge. So now he has to either attack Tuvine or... He could finish off Tuvine or he can attack 2-2. He does attack 2-2, realizing he needs as much chip on it as possible to try and finish off with Mudrid. But I think he had to swap in the Mudrid for the Gazuma to get the hold off Crystal Deluge if he was going to pull that off. But even then, I have Tag Team and half my health left. If he resin trapped, that would have probably been another 10-15%, and the Crystal Deluge probably would have been close. And then Tuvine I don't think wins the Mudrid matchup. We'll double in just in case. Looks like he's taking out Tuvine. I guess I hope the Haito one-shots. If it doesn't, I OX. Ignis Mudrid would be really bad here. Alright, GG Zactec. Yeah, this has actually been a really good comp day. Maybe I should queue it this time more often. Been good practice so far. Lots of fairly close games though. I can't get overconfident though. I have to... What store did I get? Nothing good in the feather slots. I don't care much for... I already have the best outfit possible, so clothing doesn't matter. And the only thing in my house is the fruit smoothie thing that nobody uses because it's kind of useless. This emote's kind of cool, and I have enough Novas left over where it's not quite enough to buy a cool seal, so I was considering it. But I'll get more from the Tamer Pass, and then I can either buy the next season Tamer Pass or pick up another cool seal. I had the McLawn like crystal seal yesterday for Novas, but I didn't have enough for it. That would have been cool to get though. I like that seal. It's like the best one for any crystal type. So this also looks very reminiscent of a team that we're going to see today. Patrick, thank you for the follow. You get Novas for the Invitational? Nope, it's just straight up cash. Well, online cash, but no complaints there. Tuvine goes down. Okay. I think Adoro's still just really bad for me. It's a mental and it counters like my entire team. Except Scaravolt. So I guess I could have banned Volphy, but if he's got Clay Ball on that Garunder, that would be bad. And also, this water moves from Nesla hurt bad too. Cash is Novas. I mean, I'm kind of just I'm probably gonna put any cash I do get from this back into Temtem, unless I get like the first through fourth place prizes, which is a significant more amount. Because, like, I'll probably just put more money back into, like, commissioning some more emotes. Because I'm probably getting close to, like, the subscriber points to get another emote slot, which is cool. Not sure which one I'd pick, though. There's so many good options. I gotta think about the game, though. Take the money and run. 200's not a whole lot. You know, buy me a few meals. Half a month of rent. So, Grunder wouldn't be surprising here. I don't have any double status I can apply. I can get double status, though. Broccolum's actually a really good counter to 2-Wire here because it gets camouflage and pushes off the toxic from Faraday synergy. 200's like a fortune here. Well, maybe here, but elsewhere I'm not sure. So if he wants to bring his toxic, it's going to be Grunder, so I should bring a physical attacker. Eh. 2-2 works. No, it doesn't. It has thick skin. What am I thinking? It still gets the resist. Ah. Okay, so turn 1 I swap into Scaravolt if it's possible. But then that's the only thing. That's the only use Scaravolt has because there's a Nestla and a Volphy. I guess it kind of works for Moala and Nagais, but Scaravolt would be my last pick, though. Definitely gonna. I think I'm gonna want Hazrat for, if nothing else, just Toxic Farewell value, and also Sokka's really good. Super good coverage. Can hit both these with Frond Whip, and then Moala with Narco. Walls Volphy. And you've all seen what Lifeful Sap can do from like 2 games ago. Volta Puncture Gar. That only applies 1 status though. So that would only work if this is Mom's Lunch 2-2. But I suppose it's possible, yeah. I've seen it before. I forget who the player was that runs it. I'm not familiar with this player or that club. Common factor... Camo. Okay, so it's not Volta Puncture, or at least it shouldn't be. I'm gonna Plague the Grunder, just try and burn through its stamina a little bit. Yeah, no, I'm gonna Soul Shout just because it's more damage. Does he have anything to resist? Oh, he has lots of things to resist. Plague's gonna be safer then, just in case he swaps. I could Show Off, but I still don't want to eat the Faraday Cage. My Scaravolt has camo, so it will... Oh, Taser. You know what? You are right. I forget that Taser also applies a status. However, that won't work for hitting my Broccolum. Bait Grunder, okay. It did quite a bit. He rested, so he's actually Brumation. That's cool to see. Not a common thing. No point in resin trapping. And safely Soul Shout now. So here we get to see Camouflage Val. Oh no! I thought the Toxic was first. I think they switched that around when they nerfed the, or when they kind of changed the ticks down to 2 instead of 3 or whatever. Oh well. The 2-Wire does not have a lot of stamina though. There's basically 2 options here. Either 2-Wire OXs to break my evasion, and then Grunder kills Broccolum, or 2-Wire just swaps, and depending on what he swaps in, I can one-shot whatever comes in. Could just double the Scare as well. Scare kind of scary for his team. But Saku does basically the same thing. Once Garunder's down, Saku runs free. He can barely do 2 Faraday Cage. It's still 63 stamina. It might just be base stamina or something. I believe Soul Shout finishes. I'm gonna click Magma Cannon to be safe. Actually swaps Garunder, which is interesting. Wolfie doesn't have Petrify or anything for a low priority Earth move. This turn will reveal something. I do have Scuff Speed on the Scaravolt. On this team, that's one thing I didn't used to have, but I changed it around. He could swap in 2-wire. 2-wire would help Brockaloom, or would help Nagai survive the T-Strike. But then Brockaloom would live the mental attack as well. So I'm just going to use Inner Spirit. It'd actually be really good if he kind of lets that die. Got a Pookie Luma egg for 200 Pansons. Is it both parents Luma or just one? Because if it's just one, it's probably about right price. If it's 2, that's a really good deal. Psy Surge, okay. I guess that was always an option too. That was an oversight on my part. I didn't have any great swaps. I could have brought in Saku, or Hazrat, I suppose, since Hazrat's not doing a whole lot for me this game. Both parents? Yeah, that's a really good deal then. Dust Vortex is down. Sludge Gift will not kill Hazrat. And it's also burned, so Sludge Gift does even less damage. I'm hoping he brings in Garunder here so that I can get a Lava Wave. Okay, he brings in 2-wire. It's a little sad. I can't swap in Tutsu then. Wolfie's not a problem. I'd rather just get damage on the 2-wire. Here goes my fake beard. My Hazrat's faster than his 2-wire. 67. It does enough damage. It can finish it off. I think I live the plague. Oh no, but that was a burned plague, so I don't live anymore. Ah, he's gonna bring in Garunder. No Moala. That's a good play. I have energy drink so Saku doesn't sleep, but this boomerang doesn't do enough in itself because I am a botanist Saku, and then that's a useless toxic farewell now. Super unfortunate. If he doesn't bring in Garunder now, yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, that's gonna be GG. I'm actually getting got by the Brumation. Guess he's just gonna Paizo and Transient now. And +2, even if I use Feather Gatling and Boomerang on it, I don't think it kills. I could hope he doubles the Tutsu. And then go with like a Narco, but then I don't have Narco to deal with Moala the next turn. I think that's gonna have to be my play though. Ah, shoot! Boomerang would have killed. That's a really squishy Garunder. It would have outsped me with Paizo though, for sure. Okay, he does double. Volfi doesn't have handcuffs. Kind of strange not having handcuffs. Maybe the Ardoro had it for the 2-wire combo instead. So I don't think he has 2 statuses to apply to remove my Lifeful Sap, so that's really good. He does have stamina control though, so I'm just going to rest and then Narco next turn and then rest and then Narco. And then hope that the Moala can't deal damage fast enough to finish me off. If Narco puts it in Boomerang range, I can always use that instead as well. Nito, lowering my defense, so I'm definitely on a turn timer. Because that lowers my defense and makes him deal more damage the next turn. TKS, how much does this do? 118. So I do not win this game, unfortunately. He just plagues with Volfi and then uses Nito again. If I attack with Saku, I OX and die because of the plague. And if I don't, then I die anyways. He actually rested on Volfi. It's really unfortunate. I get to so many late games with just Saku and Volfi and one other, but I always lose because Volfi has the stamina control with Plague. It's a Kaleidoscope Volfi. Well, GG. I was also expecting a faster Moala. If it was a max speed Moala and had no HP invest, a Narco plus Boomerang would have killed and I would have been okay. But that was not the case. GG's. Hello, Analacho. Welcome. Doing pretty well. Got a lot of sleep last night, even though I'm up so early. Just getting some practice in. So far, well, we were on a 5-0 win streak and then lost a late game. Just trying to pass time now until the matches start. Ease the anxiety. I haven't played today. Yeah, it's probably worth getting a couple warm-up matches in. I've already made a few silly mistakes today. Better to get those out on ladder than in the tournament. Play a few now? Yeah. Queue up now, we might end up running into each other, but I think we're on opposite sides of the bracket. Man, even though I got plenty of sleep, I'm still like half tired just because I'm not used to waking up at this time.
Won't queue now? Okay. I don't... yeah, just wait until I find a match, then queue up or something. And the chance we play each other now, we don't want to like lessen the hype of matches later on. Energy drink or two along with some whiskey for casting today. Played the first interregional at 3 a.m. Oof. Oh, it was your best tourney. That's pretty great. Yeah, the second invitational was the like 4 a.m. one for me. It was not great, but I scavenged enough points to barely get 5th in NA. Yeah, both the end of last patch and this patch haven't been great for me. They're removing all my control options, so kind of just stuck playing bulky aggro like everyone else. Might make a post after the invitational about my thoughts, just in comp feedback. Gonna wait and see how it turns out though. Curious to see how a lot of the unique teams do. Should I build a different team after MSI? Yeah. I'm gonna go back to just screwing around and just doing goofy teams after MSI. I know another one I want to do is an on death trait team. So I can get like toxic farewell, heat discharge and stuff. Bulky aggro is the best team style because it allows the match to go longer and more chance for you to outplay your opponent while still putting up pressure. The problem is that it's not even that it's the best for that reason, it's the best because everything else isn't good enough, or they make it so that it's not. Like the Hellfire core team that Razor runs didn't really need all the nerfs it got, I don't think. My evasion team, like Bamboozle, did not need that. And those were two options that you could use to beat bulky aggro, and they're just removing them. So it just makes bulky aggro better. Even though bulky aggro was already like super strong last patch. They're just making it even easier and even safer to play. And that's my issue. They have all these cool status effects, and then they just don't let them thrive. Oh, is this your ult, Kip? Good luck, have fun as well. I was wondering, because that's silly. Stream sniper as well. Get the pleasure of playing Naga even though you don't want to. Like you're playing it on your team, or you just see it every match that you have to play it. Play against it. I don't know if this is a PI Chromion or not. It doesn't have a lot of Sinner typer, so it probably is. My hedge counter's gone though. And a hedge on the Wally board would beat Gario. Now that blue screen team's poofed, is DA every second game? Yeah. Can't blame people for playing what's best. I just personally don't enjoy it. I think I'm alright to bring Broccolum Tutsu. Best thing here is Drakash, but I can just Feathergat and Soul Shout it and cover for burn. And then once Drakash is gone, my other Hazrat, Scaravolt, and Saku are freed up, which is super good. I think I'm also going to ban Platamus, because I don't want to deal with speedy Toxin Showers. Since my 2-2 and 2-9 are slower, I won't be able to outspeed in one shot. Go think about my match, be back if you're still on later. I'll probably be on for another like 2 hours. So yeah, maybe see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Gario gets banned, so I'm gonna bring Saku, and I didn't notice I didn't pick Tuvine yet. That's definitely a good choice. If it's PI Chromion, he doesn't have anything. He can T-Strike Broccolum, that's about it. I think I'm gonna bring Hazrat as well. Hazrat hits Luwali, Valash, and if it dies, it always gets value. Oh, Diablo season. You know, I've been playing too much Temtem. I read that as Diabolo. There's nothing to eat. A Soul Shout, Feather Gatling, and if he doesn't get the burn, I guess the Turok can eat it. But we see Chromion instead. You know, it probably takes it. Oh, a double swap to Valash. I guess possibly expecting a Nox Bomb. I'm getting good marbles value here though. This is one of the best boards for Hazrat. I'm gonna swap it in. Eat the T-Strike. I'm still expecting it to be Pigment Inverter, but if it's not, there's no Sinner Typer bonus for it anywhere. So I'm still doing alright. Nothing to resist a Height Toe. Not that it's gonna do a whole lot of damage to the Valash. Or not that it'll kill, but it will be good damage. Yeah. Major Slash on the Tutsu. I don't get Tag Team here, which sucks. Binary. It is not or it is not. Whatever yeah. It's not the other trait that I was thinking it was. PI. It's not Pigment Inverter. Kind of surprising considering there's very limited options for it on the team, but that works. I'm predicting a Valash swap and then Chromion stays in to finish off Tutsu. I don't really need Tutsu for anything else. I guess it was kind of nice against Turok, but I got Saku and Broccolum for that. Biggest problem is finding a way to kill Drakash. I'll just Feathergat the Valash on the off chance it stays in. I suppose there's always the chance, like hologram plus like a Crystal Spikes. Oh. See the Drakash come in now. That's makes sense. Good play. Kind of risky considering I could have easily lava waved the Valash instead. I has Hellfire up. But it doesn't have Fire Tornado. So I guess I just try and eat the double in. With Broccolum. It's not going to be pretty. But I have to try. Actually, I really just have to double into this Drakash. I know the Wastewater's not going to do much, but a burned Soul Shot wouldn't either. So I need something to finish it off. Plus this covers for a swap to Luwali or something. Chromion swap. Ugh. It's actually good for him too. It's not a lot of damage, but it is some. We do see an OX. Oh, it doesn't kill. So now my Soul Shout's kind of wasted, but at least the Valash is a dead slot, so that's actually kind of nice. Since it's not Scavenger, it's not getting value here. Turok doesn't want to come in, Drakash doesn't want to come in, Lawali doesn't want to come in. I guess Lawali's the most likely, and just to hope it'll outspeed my Hazrat. Actually gonna soul shot the Valash. I don't want it to be able to get another hit off. Plus a swap to Rock is good. Miss Claws just for some chip on the Wally. It's actually got double screen. Oh, the Wally's attacking Broccolum. Okay, that's fair. One more Venomous Claws will not finish off Lawali, unfortunately. But if it gets the Toxic Farewell, then it will. The Lawali was faster than my Hazrat too, so that makes sense. He's having his Taraki to Toxic Farewell. Because it's dying anyways. So yeah, Skip's playing very well here. I'm not. I don't know if there's any way left for me to win this game. Grunty's still around, you're seeing a Drakash get some value here. It's a goofy emote, haven't seen that before. Oh, it's a physical Drakash! I was afraid of it this whole time, but honestly, it just couldn't do anything. Oh, that's very interesting. I don't have any moves that don't OX me, so I'm just gonna Inner Spirit. What's Drakash even have for physical fire moves? I have like Meteorite, I guess. If it's high speed invest, it'll still go first. But Lawali dies if it attacks, and whatever's in the Drakash slot dies, regardless, I think. If a Fiery Soul, even with 0 special attack invest, kills Broccolum from this range. We're probably seeing like a... It's probably Gravel Bag, Mud Shower, Sandstorm, Meteorite, and I think it gets Warm Cuddle? Can't say for sure. That does not kill. Heat Discharge Drakash? Interesting. How do I know? Because this is just a weird zoom thing. Yeah, GG's Kip. If that was a normal Drakash, you would have had me 100%. I was trying to play around it the whole game. You played perfectly. I just guessed everything wrong. Tried too hard for the heat up Drakash. What kind of moveset are you running on that thing? It says have it. Like, what's it have for physical fire moves? Just Meteorite? So I guess you were running heat up, so... Probably Mud Shower, Sandstorm, Heat Up, Meteor, yeah. Huh. That's very interesting. I love the idea. GG. Only got 1 day left to complete this. So I guess tomorrow I'm gonna have to stream and complete both missions, depending on how bad of a day it is. Oh, but tomorrow is the second day of the interregional if I somehow make it there. It's Guess we gotta see how today goes first. Might just stream at my normal time tomorrow. Also afraid your 2 buyouts bed you drew cash. It didn't, right? I don't know, I guess I wasn't paying attention. You know, it got the hit off, yeah. Alright, and you were running a spread instead of... Or you were running Gus instead of a spread on your Lawala. If you had double spread move there, you might still had me. I'm not sure. I always prefer a spread as my 4th move on the wall, you know. Gus, ever since it got the prio to be ultra or very high instead of ultra, it's just not nearly as good. It needs a BP boost. Like for a hold move, it's just very weak. You're gonna see me banning Adoro a lot. It just deals with my team very well. Especially like in the interregional when there's or invitational when there's a whole bunch of them. Why do they have like 2 words that sound the exact same for for the tournaments in TemCS? Bans my 2-2. Makes enough sense. Sandstorm A spread kills Brock there. I don't know, it would have been very close. I think once again I'm just gonna pick Brock. I think I did this last time, just because it's good against most of his team, and I know I want to bring it. I can bring Gario here. I could have brought Saipat instead, but Gario entices him to stay in with both and try and double in. If he's got a priority, if he's got Fiery Soul on his Auhi and it's faster than his Volphy, he can double in on Gario and think that it'll kill, but it won't. Hazrat, that's very interesting. I was not expecting the Hazrat to go down. Gario calc for Volphy Plague? Yes, it is. It's really not that much. Like, I already had max HP in the thing. I think it's like 30-some special defense invest. It was always super close. I just figured... I actually had speed in my Gario before, enough to outspeed base speed Garunder. But at some point I realized that the matchup just wasn't common enough for me to bother. Most people swap out their Garunders from a Gario anyways. So I'd rather just take the TVs, put them in bulk. Two of my are one. Saku's good. I like Saku. Hello, Edgardo. Welcome. Let's get some last second practice in. Been pretty good day so far. I just like Tuvine, and I don't like Scaravolt in this situation. Scaravolt is one of those Tems where most of the time it does nothing, but in certain situations it is the best Tem possible. Problem is that most high-level players realize when it's going to be such a threat, and they'll ban it accordingly. Garios are always max speed, no bulk. That's a really fun strategy to run. I think Phoenix was saying their weekly challenge was to run a max speed Gario. They have like weekly challenges to make ladder a bit more fun, which is really cool. Love to see that. Okay, so you could swap Shook in for Volphy and then Cage. if he does that, I kind of want 2-Vine on the board. I don't know, I think I just sack Brockle him here and just go for the Soul Shout. And then I go for Cold Geyser over Soil Steam because Soil Steam has... Oh, here we go! Ah, it's not even a max special attack Volphy, come on. Aohi has way less defense than special defense. So it's better to hit it with a physical, super effective move than a special one. That's in range to die to Venomous Claws. He actually put more bulk in his Volphy from last time, because I did the same Soul Shout against Volphy before, and it lived with 25%, I believe. Kind of interesting. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Aohi finish off Gario, and then he just swaps Volphy for Mashuk. But I'm not gonna risk that. I'm just gonna Soul Shout just to make sure. And if off chance he doesn't do, okay, this is very interesting. I cannot say, like, I am not predicting this player very well. The Psywave's interesting. I guess he does have quite a few special attackers on his team. If that's a special Aohi, I don't even know what moves we've seen it use. If I kill Aohi, then 2-Vine's a lot better. Bringing in Psypat to the Aohi Mashuk board's kind of sketch, but I think it's okay. I don't know. I don't know what this player's doing. I don't know if I ever will. I was really expecting Mashuk there because it walls Broccolum, hits 2-Vine and Saku. I guess he's just trying to... And normally you want to swap in a very important Tem on a death swap so that it doesn't lose health swapping in. Are we still connected? You guys still hear me? Looks like my Twitch app is having issues. Just want to make sure that the stream's going. Okay. That was weird. Well, as long as OBS is good. I'm just gonna Resin Trap and Nicho. Yep, there's the cage. Maybe I should have rested on Broccolum. I guess yeah, if this outspeeds and kills, then that's kind of bad, so it's better to cover. It does kill. So that's like a max speed Gazuma. Ah, shoot. The Tesla Prison on my side power was actually really good. Because that made it so that it lost its value against Aohi, and it also made it so the Tornado outsped. I'm not sure if I can beat the Aohi in the late game now, depending on what offensive moves it has. Ignis, Fiery Soul can chunk all of my Tems. I'm determined, so this doesn't slow me down, but it is really good chip. And it doesn't OX, so it does get another hit off. 290 down to 236. I cannot take another uppercut. I'm gonna swap into Saku here. I'm just gonna Turbine. Saku needs the Frond Whip hold up. Plus, after 2-Vine goes down this turn, a Plague should be able to finish off Mashuk. I hope he doubles into the 2-vine again. Maybe a helicopter kick just for chip. That would be kind of troll. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, because if I kept Broccolum in, I would have gotten the special boost or whatever from... what the move? I can't think of it right now. Camouflage, yeah. Alright, so Broccolum goes down. It's actually not Ignis. Auhi. I wish I knew that. Plague won't kill. On the off chance they leave Broccolum alive, I'll Resin Trap or Inner Spirit just to nuke that poor bunny. He doesn't have Deluge up for synergy. He can't sleep my Saku because it's energy drink. He would have to Fiery Soul He'd have to Fiery Soul Saku, Crystal Dust Broccolum, and then hope Crystal Deluge kills the next turn, which is very unlikely. Need more iconic doo-doo than randoms and layers and picking a Tem when we need a jewel. I don't know, that's pretty hard to beat, PJ. I am burned, but I think this still kills. Oh, that was close, but it did. That's definitely a bulky Auhi. I don't see any way a Front Whip doesn't kill here. Deluge does like 200 damage. No, not even. It's like 150. Hey, Stephius. Thank you. Good luck to you as well. I love that team you're running. Not running the meta is always cool to see. And Mix getting some love is really nice too. Fiery Soul blocks Swarm Gift? Not exactly, because Fiery Soul, it's only one turn of burn, so, and they can't swap out, or the burn will activate before they're even able to swap out. It's not Heat Discharge. Warm Gift is whenever a Tem swaps, it gets 3 turns of burn. Heat Discharge is the one that on death applies 4 turns of burn. Oh, we got a message. Is this the... Just heard losing streaks on stream. I mean, it seems like a cool team. It's just, I have a pretty good matchup into it after I ban the Adoro. I feel like if you say a match is fun after you're winning, sometimes it has less of an effect, but I'm genuinely enjoying the games today. Even losses I enjoy. So I don't try and BBM when I say that. Just try and say, like, I just mean, like, play the game for fun. I think that's the best thing to do. Need advice? What do you do against me or Lelouch who are running bonkers stuff? For me, you shouldn't have to worry. My goal is to just win one match today. That's about it. Tetoa has a really solid team against me. If I can make it past him, it'll be a miracle. It just depends on how far I can make it through the losers bracket, basically. I'm not sure who I'm going to be matched up against there. If you want advice to how to beat me, though, I would say ban Tutsu or 2-vine. They're very essential to my team. 2-vine is my crystal type, which beats electrics and mentals, which kind of run through me if it's not banned. It's also good against toxics, which are apparently a bigger threat to me. Tutsu removes tag team bonus, high toe support if you're running a slower team, but you're running a faster one, so that's less important. I mean, those are going to be the best two bans in general. Don't ban Gario or Scaravolt, neither one's good. Tell us how to beat you before the tournament. I know, I don't have to, but it doesn't particularly matter. Because we're playing all against top players anyways. Pretty much everyone knows how to beat me. It's not like this is a new team. If this was a new, like, really crazy team I haven't run before, it would make more sense. But I've been running this team for basically 3 seasons with only minor edits. Just happy to be in the tourney at all. Same here. Same here. It's really cool that even like getting last place in this tournament still get a prize. It makes me feel better about not getting a prize for winning the regional. Besides some Piddle Novas. Facing Clash Nagy again. All seen everything here to a degree, yeah. I would say the one that I don't want to particularly face is Lelouch, at least in the first round. He always runs crazy stuff, and I don't know what he's got cooking today. It's gonna depend on like a lot of speed invest and stuff. Okay, I think last time we banned the Molgu, and it went well. Yep, so there's the 2-Vine ban. That's what I'm saying. I'm actually going to ban the Garunder, because Toxic's also very bad for my team. And I can just... If I have Psypad for Molgu, we can make that trade turn 1 again. So he has Synergy Electro Punch available now, which is what he wants to do. What is a Nutbar's Albion? I've seen him before. Definitely not a common thing though. Okay, Gario is kind of sad to see. I'm gonna ban the... No, I have multiple natures, but my assumption is he's gonna ban one. I know I left Molgu around, but I have these two to deal with Molgu, and even Gario if I want. Saku gets banned, so definitely a good idea to get rid of the Nesla, because then I'd only have one good counter to it. I think Hazard will be alright. I'm bringing at least one water, probably a second. If he brings Hazard, I bring Gario. If he brings 2-Vine, I bring Broccolum. It's simple as that. Sleep reference? I'm not sure. When it's early on in the morning, my brain can really only focus on one thing. So it's just gonna be Temtem. Trying to figure out exactly what y'all are saying in chat. Might take a back seat. So we see the 2-Vine, so I'm actually gonna go the Broccolum. 9 a.m.'s great. I mean, I went to bed at 7 last night. I'm like, I had a long day, I'm gonna take a short nap and then I'll do a stream. And then I passed out for 3 hours. And I'm like, well, at this point I might as well just sleep through the night. so I did. Tutu's just gonna be providing support for Saipat here. He's up to 1 hour, been playing Diablo since 5 a.m. and couldn't sleep. Oh no. And you're one of the casters today, right? That's gonna be really rough. You will need those energy drinks. Well, I wish you luck to hang in there. Just he swaps the Zalbian, interesting. I guess predicting the water move since I would outspeed. See, Earth move or Water move from the Gyarados is what I'm wondering. Earth move one-shot Scaravolts, Water one does not. Soil Steam. So yes, 2-2 doesn't take much from that. My bet has Nietzsche hold off, plus it's still going to be useful against his Digis, so I'm going to hold it in the back. This is a pretty solid Broccolum board. I'm honestly just going to get a show off on Tutsu. I know that the Saku has Narco, but... yeah, you know, this is pretty greedy. But a Nox Bomb would do like 30% to Saku. But if I can get a Haito after the show off, plus a Nox Bomb, that would do a lot more. Plus this whole team's slow besides Zalbian. Even Zalbian's probably slower, it's just Synergy E-Punch and Turbine possibility to be faster. But I can really put anything to sleep with Haito. Unless it's a Sentinel Molgu. Even if it's Splitter, I can't put the Molgu to sleep, but... we'll figure that out. I get Synergy because of the Broccolum. Still get the Tag Team bonus. There's the Cold Geyser. Not too much damage. Here comes the Narco, though. Oh, onto the Broccolum. Predicting my swap. Oh, no, he actually... yeah, it's probably a prediction. Relatively safe to Resin Trap the Gario. Best thing he can do is swap in Molgu. If it's Splitter, I'll be able to know. If it's not Splitter, and I Haito the Saku here, that'll be sad. Oh, he swaps out the Saku. Oh! We'll get to figure out. Kind of irrelevant, though, at this point. A double swap. Okay. That was really solid damage. It is Splitter, so it's not Sentinel. I think it's kind of too late for that, though. Okay, so now we see a Electro Punch and a Turbo. Turbo, Electric Punch. That is sad. I'm getting caged for the like 4th time today. That is a move I almost never see. I don't even think about cage when I see a Molgu. I should, but I don't. Time for Escapist Turok. Yeah, he's got some speed invest in his Molgu. My Broccolum outspeed is base speed Molgu, but that's a certain amount of speed invest. If it has cage, they will cage. That seems to be about the case nowadays. Season 4 ladder rules. So this game now just got a lot more difficult. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna kill Magario. Another cage. Kind of weird. I believe I kill his Zalbian here. No, it's a very, very, very bulky Zalbian. Oh, no, it's Umbrella. I didn't catch that. But good friend. Oh, man. But I don't have a spread move. So by doing this, the Electro Punch is actually low prio, if that's what he clicks, and then my Scaravolt might outspeed. No. So that's actually interesting. Oh no, it was a speed tie, wasn't it? Yeah. So we're both speed tied so that we'll underspeed Naga DA. It's just that he had the speed arrow. Hello, Serial, welcome. It's like Tyranite has outgrowth at will. Same with Serbatio's Oshiara. I swear they'll always click that move if it's available. Oh, are you running Oshiara? I'm not sure who all is. All I know is that every time I see an Oshiara with it up, it usually clicks it. You do? Okay. It was not directed at you, it's something I noticed. Scaravolt goes down, and there's just no way that Hazrat alone can carry this game. That cage ruined my day. GG's, Clash. So I guess next time I face him, I'll just ban the Mulgu, so I don't have to deal with that. So MSI practice. There's a big tournament. The biggest competitive Temtem tournament to date is today in about 2.5 hours. Is the mid-season invitational, and I am participating in it. So I'm getting a little bit of practice in before the tournament starts, so I can give a good performance, do well, as well as I possibly can with this team. So far we've got a pretty solid win rate. So it's not like I feel bad about the team. There's just a couple Tems on it that I wish I was able to switch up at this point, but teams are locked, so that's not an option. Also, this blues just does not want to show up. If I get one, I'll probably have to run a Goulder team sometime next week. That would mean it would have to be perfect, so maybe not. Just because I'd want to use the Luma after I get it. Maybe I could make a bully team and actually use blues instead of Goulder. I wish they would buff bully. It feels so bad right now. Every time somebody mentions it in comp feedback, it always gets shut down. Or people say it's already too strong, which I really disagree with. Skunch already has a better trait with Brawny. It just brings that all the time. There's no reason for it not to run it. Grandpa gets more value out of Last Rush, I think. Because you're already talking a 40% versus a 25% damage boost. It's pretty significant. And I would say the difficulty in actually getting either one to happen, the situation, is about equal. I guess with Volphy, like, you can just have a Plague and Volphy Grandpa board. That might not be too bad, because Volphy counters electrics and stuff. Honestly, shock no Gulder in the tourney feels pretty nice now. Really? I feel like Gulder just got any use it had left killed. Because it lost Charcoal Wall, which is one of its best defensive moves. Bamboozle got stuck on a hold, and Purgation lost its Doom Removal. Those are 3 nerfs to Gulder. I know it got Venom Spread in exchange, but why would you run Gulder over, like, Equinox or something? It's also a monotype Toxic, so it can't hit anything other than Toxics. It's always had Madness buff, though. It's just... and nobody used it, because it just doesn't do enough damage. Why would you want to get rid of your insane health pool to just do a little bit more damage? You could probably just take an extra hit with that health and then still deal the same damage. Like, a Gulder just got killed. I feel bad for it. Any Gulder fans out there? Theodoro, I ban it. Focus is kind of bad too. Azrat ban would be interesting. We would likely see, yeah, so we're probably going to see a Cernif carry here. Probably a Cernif Shween lead. It's actually triple nature, and I only have one other fire. I think I want to bring Broccolem to scare off the Shween to Turok. And then bring in Scaravolt. Alright. I'm going to bring Tutsu because it has show off for offensive scaling, because I'm going to need some in this game. Plus it's got Nox Bomb and Feather Gatling to hit the natures. Biggest problem now is Scaravolt, but I still have Gario. Okay. There's no reason for Cernif to outspeed, or Scaravolt to outspeed Cernif to break the evasion. So I'm just going to show off and Soil Steam. If he calcs to live a Soil Steam, that's fair. Then my Tutsu takes a lot of damage, possibly even goes down. And then it's just a greedy show off play at that point. I'm going to ban Focus. And pick Scaravolt. I really want a Scaravolt's defensive typing here. Gonna want Broccolem for sure. Because after the Nidrasil swap in for Scaravolt turn 1, I'm gonna want something to swap in to eat the... Actually, I could bring in Scaravolt for that. Shaco has healing, but doesn't really do a whole lot to these things. It will probably lose a late game because they're just better defensive walls. But Psypat doesn't have enough damage to wall break, even with neutral damage. It's because I don't have enough attack invest in it. I don't have Rage or Nito for offensive scaling. Plus it's actually weak to nature, so... And Scaravolt, so all these things get to roam free. Forgot what I even calced my Psypat's health for. I made it so it could live like one really strong hit, but not a second. But normally if you calc to live one, like the strongest reasonable super effective hit then you also leave some of the weakest, or two of the weakest super effective hits. So just for example, if I I don't think I calced it for this, but if I calced it to live a Synergy Adept Water Cutting Lily from Koish, then it probably has enough to live like 2 Toxic Inks from a Calibus. Maybe not with the Toxic Ticks, but damage-wise it would. Or 2 Sharp Leaves from Tyrannak or something. So it's actually half full Scaravolt. That means he's gonna swap it out for sure. Kinda just makes me want to swap into something else this turn. Scaravolt doesn't have a fire move until turn 3. Yeah, whatever. Queen stopping in. That's interesting. Cernif uses Petal Dagger on Tutu. Interesting. Not a lot of damage. There's nothing to resist a melee move in the back here, so either Schween gets 1 move off and dies, or it dies. Broccolum's going to be better to swap in, because if he used Water Cannon Water Cutting on my Gario, then and I swapped in Scara, then I would have to take a Water Cannon. So Schween goes down. It does get the Core Shield off on Cernif. Oh, it's got Frond Whip for high damage. Ignoring the Cernif probably isn't a good play, because it will scale and it will deal damage. I would really love to swap out Tutu here, but I don't think I have that luxury. I'm just going to have to burn through Nidrasil later on. In Tyrannak for that matter. I need as much damage on this Cernif as possible before it gets a building blocks boost, and that damage just isn't going to be enough. So I can Nox Bomb again, because he's predicted me to swap the Tutu, and then Inner Spirit. Oh, Cernif will go down here. Not sure what the Scaravolt used. Oh, that barely killed. That Cernif is very bulky. I'm glad I dealt with it when I could. Tutu goes down. It did a good job though. I wish I still had it around, but that's just not a luxury I have. Now I can bring in Gario with less. It's less of a problem because Nidrasil probably can't do much to it if it's running spores, I guess, but whatever. Not running Sharp Leaf, even if it wasn't running Attack and Vests. I really hope this isn't Frightnack. If it is, I lose both Sensei Robe and Gravel Bag. Okay, we do see Spores. Ah, it's Frightnack. That's so bad for me. Why? Hey, Kana, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the follow. How's it going? We're getting some good practice in here. 7-2, as you can see. It basically just... I'm trying to keep sane before this tournament happens. I'm so excited, yet I'm so anxious as well. So I'm just having fun here, passing the time until then. No camo, so I don't get to avoid the toxic, unfortunately. I could get some like Thunderstrike chip, I guess. Probably gonna see Nudrasil, Spores, Broccolum, and then Tyrannac finish it off with an Embers. If his Scary Volt outspeeds my Gyarados, it probably just kills it with a T-Strike now. Something I didn't really think about. If I can even break through the Tyrannac and Nudrasil combo. Once Scary Volt's fire moves are up, it'll be more possible to, but still kind of difficult. The Nudrasil's never going to run out of stamina if it keeps using spores like this. Oh, that's really good damage. I guess Frightening's... yeah. Frightening wore off. Possibly predicting a swap there. Fire Tornado. Oh, Soul Shout doesn't finish me off. That's really bad. I actually want to die to the OX here so I can bring in Saku next turn. This entire game's based on if my Gyarados can live a T-Strike, and I don't think so. But I think about the recommendation stuff for the showdown matches, like how effective you think it is, or you know how. I mean, the full recommended teams I think are really solid. Definitely. The spreads I haven't actually looked at much, but I think everything is just designed to give you a really good starting point, and then from there you're supposed to make your own. But it's definitely good to get a start with learning the game and such. I would always check the spreads though. I know that there were a couple of them that didn't have all 1000 TVs allocated. It was just a little mistake, but definitely something good to watch. Just the teams, fairly decent starting out. Some Tems do only have 700 TVs. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Poor Saku here has to eat an Embers, or whatever fire move the Scary Volt's got. It's only revealed Embers, but it's probably running Fire Tornado as well, and a Toxic Ink, which I don't think it can do. Well, everyone over them made them do quite well for a generic starting point, for sure. I've also got a couple codes on the side of my screen. The easy team's the only good one for starting that I'd recommend. The other ones are a bit more advanced, kind of goofy, gimmicky teams. Oh yeah, good friend. I forgot that's a trait. I guess my Scary Volt doesn't get another attack off, but that means I'm guaranteed to get Boomerang. Oh, here we go. Moment of truth. Three health. Woo! GG's, Lion. I'm not funny enough if he actually had like 1 point of special attack in his in his ninja skill, that would have been enough to finish me from the spores earlier on. I was a bit too close for comfort there. That was still a very good match nonetheless. Um, I'm gonna take a very short break here, like 2 minutes, just grab a drink, and then I will be back. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. Get right back into queue. Want to build a gravel bag physical Drakash so badly now? Oh, did you catch the match against Kip? Yeah, that was fun. Just give Cowrin a like a physical boost move, like beef up or something, so it has some way to hit or to raise its attack, and then run gravel bag on that. It's actually got a really high base attack. I was surprised. Normally, I only see it on stall teams, so that it never actually gets to shine with its offensive stats. Only annoyed. I think it's showing your face and selecting Tems. No, you are not the only one. That is one of my least favorite parts about it. At least let me sort by like alphabetical, or if nothing else, the Tempedia order. So it's just so that there's a consistent order, and rather than having to look between the for fun and the competitive and even the best ones at the top to find whatever you're looking for. This is a goofy team. It makes sense. Looks like a stall team, except Inky. Don't know what the Inky's doing there, and I kind of want to ban it. Maybe it's like a Diamond Fort Sparks Inky or something. That would be super goofy. Totally props to him if he does that, but I guess we'll have to see. Defensive buffing, he's only got 2 Court Shield users. Kind of tempted to just ban one of them. Even though they're super weak to my team. Get rid of the Hypno Start. My Saku's holding energy drink, so... Plus it's a really good typing against his team. I guess if he banned Saku, that would have been bad. But other than that, I'm not too afraid of the the Moala.
Its typing's good, but I have a crystal. The way I normally lead into Moala is I will pick Saku and Tuvine. Tuvine will fall asleep, and then I will boomerang my own Tuvine to attack the Moala. Are the Pookie emotes new? They're about a week old now, but I wasn't using them when I started streaming. No, Kana was working on them and finished them up last week. They look awesome though. I absolutely love them, and I want to get more, but we need. But I must restrain myself for the time being. Not. This is interesting. Discord server and put them there. I'm still working on the Discord server because I want to make that for the club and for reference for any new players trying to start into comp. But I don't know how to set up a Discord server very well, so it's just taking time just to get all the permissions and stuff. I'm working through it slowly, but most of my energy's been going into getting ready for MSI here. I'll get a lot of stuff set up after this weekend, I suppose. I will now ban the Moala because he didn't lead it and it's too good of a typing. It's probably got Zen Meditation too. Don't want him to have too much offensive scaling. Hazrat's good, has heat up. But yeah, so I'll put the emotes in the Discord server for sure. Practicing even matter in a game like Temtem. You play better after a break. There's so many factors to keep in mind, and if you lose against something that you didn't expect, then it's fresh in your mind for how to play against it for the rest of the day. So I'd say it definitely matters. Like the side pack and counter hedging now. Yeah, it is really cool. I'm running it as a hedge and counter, but because I have all the speed invest I put in it, its both attack and HP are lower than I'd like them to be. And I basically never run into that matchup because either the hedging player bans the Psypat or I ban the hedging because it's just my best ban at that point. I'm gonna Lifeful Sap, predicting a Nox Bomb, and then I'm going to. Oh, I thought I picked Tutsu here. Okay. I'm going to double Boomerang, a double Wind Move the Volorend. Oh, he swaps Inky. No, Psypat. That's not too bad. It's for your hack Microchip Minotaur comes in. Yeah, that's also a cool combo now that it exists. So we see the Amphibian boost on the Psypat. Well, without the Rage boost to it, it's not nearly as threatening. I could Frond Whip the Psypat, but Narco hits equally as good. Tuvine's kind of a super good typing for this game. Tutsu is just gonna be to eat the Nicho here. I have a good matchup versus Nagais. Yes, I have lots of melees, and the melees don't like mentals. But I have a Scuffed Scaravolt. I have Frond Whip on Saku. I have like Toxic Farewell on Hazrat to burn through those Nagais' health faster. Tuvian is nice. So yeah, there's definitely options against it. Thoughts on Shinobi Tactics versus Amphibian? Both are good traits. Amphibian is a bit more niche though. I'm personally running Shinobi. Just because, like, you're never gonna click a water move on a Tem if you don't have to when there's a Psypad in the game. So unless you're running a heavily water weak team, I just don't think it's worth it. Unfortunate to see Toxic Plume, that's gonna hurt, but at least the Schween stayed in so I can get the Frond Whip off on it. Even -1, that's still a lot of damage. Yeah, it just dies. And I think, yeah, oh no, I still got Inky for another Crystal Synergy.
But he just brings in the Inky here, and I have nothing I can do. Yeah. Should have just got more chip on the Volarend instead of getting greedy. I'm gonna bring in 2 Vine for the Saku. Saku wants to regen its stamina. And I want someone to eat the Nox Bomb and threaten Inky. 2-2's done its job. I should have just Feather Gallinged, but at least now there's pressure that he won't set up and he'll actually take out the 2-2 because it is a threat to him. It's physical? Physical Inky's so bad. I'm sorry all the Inky lovers out there, but Fizz Inky is really not good. It does live, and it has energy drink. Interesting. So now Saipat gets to do its thing of being super fast and using priority. Oh, I should definitely... I should double. Just in case he swaps to Saipat to eat the hit. Could very well swap in Cernif as well. Saipat's only job at this point is to outspeed and kill the Inky. Which he did not expect me to outspeed, I guess. Maybe he used Sharp Stabs for priority. He didn't have Paizo up yet. Oh, he wanted Synergy Toxic Plume, okay. Also, I just realized it's actually aerobic Volarend because it's not getting the special defense drops. Channel points redeem are a dream. Like, you really like them, or they're just never going to happen because they're so high? Because I've already had a few redeemed. I hope it's just that you like them. Didn't know about the Saipat changes? Yeah, I got a ton of changes. Basically got a full rework. It's actually really nice to see. Tem was struggling a little bit. I don't know if a ninja kills the opposing Saipat. Crazy good for you like them, good for new players. Yeah, my whole goal is I want to help the new players because we got so many new ones with the Humble Bundle group. I should have got things set up faster, but it had to be in the same week as the Invitational, so I want to put as much effort into the Invitational, but I want to help the new players too. I want them to stick around. I love this community. Well, I love this game, and I want to build a really good community. Thank you, Knight, for the follow. Oh, I don't have Ninja up yet. Shoot. Definitely have to double that. Yeah, and also once I get the Discord server set up, it'll be easier to do the coaching on the redeem channel points. Because I can just have a chat within my own Discord to then allow people to join in. I can just drag them over and such. Up here's the Nicho. It's +2. I think 2 Vine can live though because it's stupid bulky. And there seems like a bulkier Saipat, yeah. Alright, Saipat goes down. I guess I should have saved Turbine here. That could bite me if this Volarend lives, which it very likely will. I don't know. I don't think I can live the Tornado or the HKS. My 2 Vine space speed, so the Cerny... Oh, it dies. Okay, we're good, we're good. If that Volarend lived, I lost. It had +2 defense from the Quartz Shield earlier. So it definitely could have lived. I'm was gonna lifeline Saku just in case something goes wrong, but I don't think Cernif has any way to deal with Hazrat. I know I run double kick on my Cernif to have neutral damage against resists, but even then, it doesn't seem like a offense invested Cernif. Oh, we might just see an FF here. He just wanted to see how much damage it did. Oh, a bush. It'll stall out a turn. Why the addition of Petal Dagger, and why ever run it on Cernif? It's nice to have a move in between Sharp Leaf and Frond Whip to deal damage as nature types. Problem is that Saku always runs Frond Whip anyways, just because it's the better move. But Cernif really appreciates the stamina efficient item, or the stamina efficiency of it. Because it only costs 14 stamina compared to like the 30 some of Water Cutting Lily. Right. GG's. I do like new Cernif. New Settling's really cool. Run a raid boss Cernif, spec for Water Cutting Lily, Revitalize, Water Cutting, and Gaia. Yep, so that it's basically the same thing, except instead of having to spec for Water Cutting, you spec for Petal Dagger, and you get to save like 100 stamina TVs that you can invest in either defense or offense. Review or improve a team? Alright. I could definitely use a little break from games, so that would be cool to improve a team. I don't know which one of these teams I have saved, which version of it. New club's already created. It's created, but that's about it. I just wanted to make the banner and the title so I can represent a little bit at the Invitational. What is the... Is this code the one I have up for the raid boss team, or is this the edited one? Nope, that's the same one. Alright, I'll wipe this team then. ENSNN. Alright, we see Orphil and Gravelbag Coward, and I love it. It's a good start. So we see Gazuma, just the only digital being the Moments. It's not a very defensively invested Gazuma. Is this HP calc to live something? Like a Sharp Stabs from Gallus or something? I'd consider swapping Hurricane for Sparks. It's a showdown spread? Oh. Calc for everything, okay. I'd consider swapping Hurricane for Sparks because the only value you're going to get with Hurricane is right next to Moments. I guess I should start from the top. So Orphil. So Narco's really nice coverage, but it's low prio on a fast Tem, and you're not running energy drink, so you'd actually be put to sleep. I would recommend either Held Anger or Roots in place of Narco. Because you'll get more consistent value out of them. Like Roots is actually prio for speed drop, so if another Tem could use it, use the speed change, it can help a ton. Also, if it's gonna die and get outsped, having something it can do before it dies is a really nice touch. Otherwise, you could go down, take out a speed, and then invest a lot in HP invest. I don't know a good breakpoint for Orphil. Maybe outspeeding base speed Momo. I think that's like it's around 213. And then you can actually take advantage of Orphil's pretty decent defense stat. And you can live like Feather Gatlings at this HP, I believe. So that helps you win like the 2Kai matchup, Lawali. You don't know what's worth the HP for? Also, like, if you're taking neutral hits or resisted hits on Orphil, being able to survive, better outspeed Nesla and Oko. Alright, if you do want the speed, then I would definitely say to drop Narco and put Roots. You could do Held Anger as well, but the chance that you're getting 3 hold off on a Tem with no HP invest is kind of low. And like Orphil doesn't have a whole lot of other move options. There's no point in running Toxic Fang, you'll just click Nox Bomb. Ah, Cowering. Cowering's fun. I don't like footwork. I think goring is essential on a speedier or on a gravel bag cowering because you're investing some amount of speed and you have a lot of offense invest. So being able to hit things without that don't resist earth is very good, or that do resist earth. Like stare is another good option, but you're hitting it with special attack options. +2 reaches 276. Yeah, that would be his base speed Nestle. Not. I'm not sure what else. Also, that this only reaches 271 actually, maybe 272 if it rounds up. So you'd need to invest a bit more speed if you want to reach 276. It'd have to be 284 because 181 times 1.5 is plus 90.5, which would be 271.5 speed. So if you want to hit 276, you want to invest more. You got some interesting defense calcs in here too, so I'm not sure what you want to do there. That's up to you if you want the more speed. Like I said, goring for sure. If you're running Stonewall, I'd almost run Burrow instead. Or Willpower Drain. Willpower Drain's another option. Psychosis is cool if there's a wall that you can't break through. It's pretty easy for Cowering to get holds off because it's getting HP from Scavenger just by killing stuff. Base Jump's another good option. I don't like Stonewall though. I think if you're going Gravel Bag Cowering, you want a full offensive set. If you want to run Stonewall, that's fine. But when I play the team with this theme, I'm definitely gonna run like Psychosis in this slot, and probably a bit more speed, a bit less stamina, because you only need like 265 stamina for triple Soil Steam, which is its most expensive move. And just rest and attack. Yeah, sure. First person in Temtem with feedback isn't this as bad, it's bad. I love the team building in this game. I try and give really good advice, especially for the people who watch me enough to redeem channel points. I love you guys and I want to give back. This looks really solid. I would consider swapping Revitalize for Binary Flood, just because you're getting less value with block. Because you may have the defensive staying power, but after Refurbish is up, you don't have the healing staying power. Like in my match against Shirk earlier today, if he would have had Revitalize, I would have lost instantly. So it's up to you if you want the utility of Seized and the spread damage. But I would say that Revitalize might be better. Plasma Beam's alright too, but that's more of a utility move. It seems like you got a high special. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. Yeah, you have a high special attack invest, so you probably don't even want block. Yeah, you know, it's fine. Yeah, this one looks just fine. I'm not sure what the speed is for. It looks alright. Just outspeeding like mirror matches. I think that outspeeds base speed Magmuts if you ever run into it. Avoid Worm Cuddles. I think you want a little bit more in stamina so that you can do a harmful res and harmful rotation. This is only triple harmful. So you'd need 3 more stamina invest up to 68. I don't know what to take out of to do that. I'll just do special attack. Just to give a better idea, you can always refine stuff if you don't like it. It's... Oh, I missed that. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. Then yeah, 65 is a good breakpoint. It can stay on the field forever. I'd still consider Revitalize over Block, but Block is also fine. No neutrals. Oh, you have one. Oh, you have 2 neutrals. So I would actually run Sparkling over Hasty. The only reason you'd run Hasty is for the Digi matchup, and if you're going for the Digi matchup, I think you actually want Hacked Microchip nowadays. You have 1 Earth for Paizo, so that's not bad. 1 Earth for Black Hole. The rest of this looks just fine. You could also swap this for Taser now. Yeah, because Microchip lost him the game once. It's kind of here and there. It's a more niche item because you only get to use it on one type. But also, you like having a safe hasty? Alright. Like Taser utility, and since you have the double neutral, I think Sparkling Bullet's definitely an option as well if you wanted to change things up. Muflank's pretty standard. I wouldn't invest this much speed on it, but you do have a fairly speedy team, so I guess it's alright. Moveset's pretty standard. You could run Cage, but I don't think that's gonna... You don't have enough type advantage on this team to help with that. You have triple monotypes, practically 4, because Orpho really only uses Nox Bomb. Ukama... I would just make sure that this HP lives everything it's designed to. I always want to make sure it lives a Wastewater from Mashuk after the Toxic Tick, at least in this meta. Mashuk's very common. That way you're able to get the Blizzard off and still attack next turn as well. Denigrate's worth considering over Blizzard as well. The utility it gives with the special attack drop is cool. Other than that, this looks just fine. You don't even need the stamina invest on Nukama actually. It already has a 3-turn rotation with I think 70. Oh, you need 77 stamina. So you could save that and put like a little bit more innate attack if you wanted. Another personal choice, up to you. Yep, Gazuma I already touched on. Oh, it's not even fast charge Gazuma. I would just do that. And this, personally. Because if you lead Gazuma and Moments, then you have a really threatening lead. I know there was a team that ran this lead last patch, and if somebody wasn't running fire types on their team, or they only had one that you were able to ban out, it can just run through teams. Like, you really can't underestimate how much damage a Moments does with even that low of special attack stat. Just give it a Sparks, and all of a sudden it's a normal Tem. Anything past that is just a boost. And it takes like 3 or 4 hits to kill a Moment, so it's always getting value. And it'll be faster than you because of the +2 and the synergy microwaves. You don't like Sparks much at all? I don't either, but this is the one situation where Sparks gives value. It is literally the only one, but it does give a lot of value. Well, the difference with... The thing with Sparks is that it forces your opponent to target the Tem that you're putting Sparks on. Because you're scaling. And so people don't want to target the Moments until after Refurbished has procced and is gone. But by putting Sparks on it, it forces your opponents to target the Moments. So that's why it works. So while they would normally just target the Gazuma just to deal some damage to it, it keeps Moments to be a bigger threat. Yeah, I mean, 500 HP is insane. Even that defense invest balances out a bit. The block helps against slower, bulky offense teams, or Revitalize keeps it alive even longer. You said don't touch the Valash. Okay, I won't touch it, but I am looking at it. Yep, looks like a typical Jack of all trades set. I guess it's got fake beard, so you don't need the stamina. Moments with Sparks and Sweatband will click moves for 4 seasons. Exactly. Constant pressure for forever. I should have looked at items first. An option you could do is swap double screen for camo on Ukama. That way you wouldn't have to calc for like the Toxic Tick from Wastewater. It helps it against like Tink, makes it so it can't be burned, exhausted, or anything. I know Doom's around too. But double screen's also good. You can save points on bulk that way. There's only so much I can do without actually having played the team to give advice for it. Truff point 9 Ukama till today. Honestly, the only changes are really just roots on Orphil, a couple moveset changes on Karen. Moments was fine. You liked Minotaur the way it was. Move flank's fine. Possibly switch the item on Ukama. Lift some. Yeah, I don't know the Ukama calcs. It's actually not a tem I've run a whole lot because it's always been meta, and I tend to avoid the meta tems. I think that you could. It's just a matter of do you want to save the TVs in bulk, just so that you. Yeah, it's kind of just situational. Double screen's more general, health saving, and yet the toxic tick reduction and other status effects from camo are also nice in other situations. Sparks on Gazuma and a trait change. I mean, like, if nothing else, you should run fast charge instead of receptive. The only things you have to give a receptive boost are bait. That's about it. So it's yeah, that's about all I can do. Just having looked at the team rather than played with it. Hopefully there was at least a little something in there that you got. I'd definitely give fast charge sparks a try. If it really doesn't go well, you could swap it out. But I'd give it a few games at least. Some inspiration for the Cowan Bag team for sure, for sure. It'll probably be Monday or Tuesday that I'll be running that, depending on when I'm able to stream. I think I might try and keep it different from yours though, and the only same thing I'll run is probably the Gravel Bag Karen. Get some stuff to synergize as well with Earth types. I guess Minotaur does because of Black Hole and Paizo synergy. Your attention? No problem. Thank you for watching so much and supporting me always. I appreciate it. Nox hits like a truck. Yeah, Orphil is fantastic. The fact that it can do like 60 to 70% on neutral hits is insane. Sometime, probably, maybe even in the first week, I want to run an LC team as well. 80 to a Platypus, oh my goodness. Because one little combo I realized is, now that Matter Teleport is an egg move for Sambi, that means that MIDI actually gets Matter Teleport. It also gets Soft Touch, and avoids Hypnotist Sleep. So it would be really fun to run a Towley next to a MIDI, and then get Soft Touch Matter Teleport turn 1. Will it be viable? No, I don't think so. But is it going to be fun? Absolutely. I could put War Drum on it for extra damage too. And put Oshidashi on the Towley again. Reaches 296 attack. I know, Sambi has one of the highest attack stats in the game, and Midi's pretty nuts as well. Or you're talking Orphil. Both of them have insane attack stats for being pre-evos. Banning Adoro just seems to be the Midi, yeah. I just wasn't sure about the speed stats. I know Sambi isn't all that fast, but I guess Midi gets a lot of speed as well. We see Saku banned out, which is very interesting. I'm a little afraid of an inky Shelllant lead. I can't freely lead Tuvine. My best lead is actually... Oh, Broccolum. Don't know how I missed it. Hits. It deals with everything on his team except the Auhi. So this will be really good. So for what I partner with it, it's going to depend entirely on what he picks. So he does go the Shell Lance, Inky. Not really surprised. Okay, I could just pick Gario here. It's basically the same thing. Gario also covers Broccolum's Auhi weakness. Jinx Whisper Gaming. Shelllant doesn't have Jinx Whisper anymore. That was removed like the first patch of Arbory. Because it was too OP. Priority. Crazy how Wolfie weak his team is. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even catch that. Yeah, Priority Sleep with Jinx Whisper was too broken. It got removed from a couple people, and it also is only 2 prio now. Oh, I just banned the Auhi. Don't want to deal with it. Now that opens up Tuvine. Tuvine's not fantastic because he's got double earth types, but being able to hit Volfia with Feather Gatling's cool. Psypath threatens Amphibian, resists water from Ukama, kind of loses to Nesla, but it hits these two, so that's what's important. This is not a Scaravolt friendly team, so I'm going to Hazrat. Doro, Shao, and Volfie itself are fine into Volfie. Yeah, but it's kind of like he's got like 4 or 5 Volfie weak tems though. And if you ban Shao Lance, Volfie can stay on the board for like at least 3 turns before it dies. So Broccolum resists anything that Shao Lance has. And Inky does not have a turn 1 crystal move. So I'm like completely safe to Soul Shout and Soilstein. If anything, we're talking about how Volfie weak his team is. It's very Broccolum weak. Like every single one of these times, Broccolum basically walls. If I face Venom again in the next couple days with this team, he's going to ban Broccolum for sure. This will hurt like 80%. Oh, it's not a max special attack Shell Lance. The real nature type, yeah. Oop. Oh, that killed it like twice over. Kama's guaranteed an AWW depending on speeds. Nesla, AWW, and Turok Turbine are good. That's fair. I always run my Nesla's bulkier. I suppose the possibility is there. No reason to keep Gario alive. There's a Volfie in the back. I'd rather that he just keeps focusing it. Getting the Resin Trap on Volfie's fine. Because it's trapped, and I can still finish it off with a Soul Shout. 1 Soul Shout wouldn't one-shot the Volfie, so... Yeah. Yeah, I definitely needed that chip damage. Funny enough, I can bring in Psypat right now, because Psypat walls the Shell Lance, and if he targets the... Like, 1 Plague won't kill Psypat. There shouldn't be any double in he can use that'll kill me. I'm actually surprised he didn't go for the OX on Broccolum with Plague. But this works as well. Wolfie's so good you hate it. Oh, it certainly ain't good on this board. Oh, Inner Spirit. Ooh, that'll be close. I think I live though. Those 25%. Ooh. 30%. Now it's a question of is it running Martial Strike? Which I think it is. Or maybe he'll just bring in Nesla. and like Water Blade or something. What I would love to do is finish off this Shallant with another Nox Bomb. But if it has Martial Strike and that kills, that would be very sad. Because Martial Strike's priority. I guess maybe it's a slower Shallant. I'm just gonna bet on that. No, he's got Dim Mak. Ah, I forgot about that. I forgot Dim Mak was a move. It's really not that good. Very strong typing, but the base stats pretty bad. Plague's costly, not super strong. DV's easier to outspeed, 2 prio. I mean, Evolfi's typing is absolutely insane. Oh, and it has double prio. It has everything it could really want. It has a stamina control. It has healing if it wants. Evolfi is definitely overtuned a little bit. People always say its base stats are low, and its total base stats are low. But I was looking at its defense, which I always thought was like super garbage, but it's actually 55 base defense. Its base HP isn't good, so in combination they're kind of bad, but its defense isn't even horrible. So with a good defensive typing like it has, it's just kind of an issue. It's clapping GG's Venom. Any guess on the new mythical type? I guess... my guess is going to be some type of neutral. One type of neutral that we don't have. 55 is pretty bad. I don't know what you're expecting then. Like, it's not going to have crazy defense, but 55 is not garbage. Neutral Toxic? Yeah, it's going to be Grafii. I heard Neutral Wind. I think that would be kind of cool. Since Volgon got its wind type snatched, it would be cool if they just gave it to the other mythical instead. Oh, that was supposed to be a 10. New mythical is in Mental Earth, you're quitting the game. It's fine, they'll just rework Valiar into Mental Earth at some point. Because our hope that it was happening to Cowrin's gone. Now we just have to hope it's Valiar gets it instead. And then just give it Black Hole back, please. Please. I mean, Mental Earth would be cool, but that means GG's too weak to melee stacks, Brock too strong. Yeah, it seems like a really fun team. I'm a little surprised you didn't pick the Auhi, just so that you could at least threaten the Brock Limb at some point. But yeah, GG's. Valiar who? Yeah, Valiar got nothing left after they kill Bamboozle. Seen a couple try and run Nightmare feeds, but that seems more like a little gimmick than anything else. Doesn't have any way to buff itself defensively to get more use out of effective denial. Might be goofy to see a raid boss Valiar at some point. At this point, you'd rather Sammy gets Earth type than Valiar. Fair enough. I feel like without attack stat though, the Sambi might be more threatening. We start seeing rock falls and matter teleports coming off the same town. With that insane of defensive stats, that would be kind of broken. I wasn't even looking at the team here. Arctech, pretty bulky team. There's no Doro, so I'll just ban that. Mascara Vault got banned anyways, so that's one of my counters gone. Gorong looks scary. Maybe I should have banned Gorong and then picked Tuvine. That probably would have been smarter, considering he's got no fire types and he wouldn't have had any melees afterwards. Ah, shoot. The Volphy counters my Psypat Hazrat lead to get Lava Wave synergy and disable the nut bar. Broccolum hits a lot of stuff well. He also probably wants to pick Scaravolt, which is why he's threatening it. He picked Volphy to threaten out my Gario, which I think is okay. He's not able to freely pick Naga. I have 2 super effectives into it. Broccolum goes before Volphy. Molgu's threatening, but yeah, I get camouflage from it. Now I can ban the Gorong, and I'm feeling a lot safer this game. Almost also a threat because it's just faster than all of my Tems except Psypat and Hazrat, and a knockback, even neutral damage does like 60, 70%, maybe even more. It's basically the same issue as Inky, just a powerful nuker. Just that Momo's also bulky and doesn't get one shot. He's got a better type defensively. I guess offensively too, because Momo only gets walled by mental types. Inky gets walled by earth types, but also some fires and crystals. See Scaravolt picked and Gario banned. That makes sense. Kind of forces me into Psypat, but I kind of wanted to pick Psypat anyways. I also want Saku. Saku has Narco to hit Momo, and also Frown Whip to hit Naga. Chances are I'll pick Hazrat in my last slot, just to get the Toxic Farewell boost. Yeah, like if situation turns bad and I can just sack Hazrat into Momo, like a knockback plus the Toxic Farewell damage would basically take Momo out in itself after a couple turns. Now, the first question I have to ask is how important is Broccolum? And the answer is it's really not. I have other counters to Nagase. Doesn't specifically help me against Scaravolt. And it doesn't particularly help me against Momo either. In fact, bringing a special attacker against Momo is actually bad, because it has higher special defense than physical defense, and it has Undermine to lower my special attack. I'm going to play predicting a possible swap into Nagase. Also because Soul Shout doesn't one-shot Volphy. And then I'm going to Feather Gatling Molgu. Interesting. What did the Volphy use? A neutral. Oh, it uses Lifeful Sap. Okay. It's a base speed Lifeful Sap Volphy. Nope. So there's the camouflage. It's probably Splitter Molgu, so I can't even push off the regen. Yeah, he's a swap. The Scaravolt. Should have CPG'd, I almost did. Turbo attack does like 30% to 2 Vine. Really ain't much. Yeah, not even. It's a like 700 bulk invest Molgu, I guess. Scaravolt shouldn't have any fire moves up yet. Emphasis on yet. I'm gonna keep Broccolum alive just because Inner Spirit's up. I guess I could use Inner Spirit on like Scaravolt or Molgu. But Molgu's got 2 ticks of regen left, so only thing would be to double Scaravolt and hope I live the Faraday cage. Oh, Cyberclaw. I died of that, I guess. Should have swapped. I forgot Cyberclaw was a move. Type out into a Digitype feels bad, but my options are running out. I'm probably toast this game. Had I known that was a Kaleidoscope Lifeful Volphy, I would have played turn 1 differently. I would have just killed the Volphy right out of the gate. Wouldn't have to worry about it later. Now he has on-demand healing whenever he feels like it. 2 Vines dead here, and I killed one of his Tems. So he's free to just bring in the Geist. Alchemical, thank you so much for the sub. Thanks so oh, a Digi-Threat. I was not expecting that. That was a smart play for him. Now my Saku's turns are limited. I don't really have any statuses I can apply. And it was on my Saku, which is my most important Tem. So that was a really good play by him. Because Saku could possibly win an endgame against Volphy or Momo because of Narco, but now that possibility is poof, gone. Only way I could be able to push off the Doom is to heal or Lifeful Sap and Wastewater with Hazrat, but that's just not going to happen. Actually be great if I was seized right now, then I could Narco to sleep and Lifeful as well. So 2 Vine will die to Momo here, because he doesn't have to kill Saku. Hazrat could deal with one or the other here, but not both. Oh, that did no damage. Basically, I have to hope Lava Wave kills, Frond Whip kills, and then the Undermine plus whatever Naga's got for me in the end doesn't kill. Oh, he bushes here, so it doesn't even matter. I'll at least get to see how much the Lava Wave does. Because if it doesn't kill, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Yeah, GG. Yeah, it would have. If the Frond Whip killed it, it actually would have been pretty close. I think Hazrat has enough health it could live another attack from Naga. But unfortunately, Saku dies because of the Digi-Threat, so GG's. And Digi-Threat ruined my day. So, probably got another game, maybe 2, probably just until the hour. I'll continue streaming, and then I gotta go figure out what I want to do for lunch before the tournament. I don't want to have to leave in the middle and then miss a match because I'm eating or something. Rip Saku indeed. If I had just left Tuvain in to die and take the Digi-Threat, I would have been able to avoid the Digi-Threat and pull off a win, I believe. But he had Digi-Threat in his flex slot on the Mulgu. Tuvain goes down. Guess he's acknowledging that it's a threat now that his fire's gone. That was my best Garunder counter. I want to bring in Hazrat. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring Broccolum to threaten out his 2 Earths. Or he can do that. Scarolt's fine with this. Depending on what he bans here, depends on what I ban. Bans Gario, I kinda have to ban Garunder. Yeah, shoot. Could ban one of his Earth types instead. Which I want to try. I'm gonna try banning the Volphy for a game. So over here, a bit of limit testing before the tournaments, figure out what we can do, what we can't do. Psypad will be nice. Might not even pick his Earth type, which just means that Scaravolt can roam free. And I'll pick Hazrat. Hazrat deals with Mashuk fairly well. So yeah, I don't actually need Broccolum for anything here. I'm curious what the Gazuma's gonna do turn 1 here, because he can't attack Broccolum, because then Good Friend happens. It's another Marbles Gazuma, kind of annoying. I just Soul Shout T-Strike the Mulgu, should take it out. As long as Broccolum gets the hit off, which it should. There's no way Mulgu can kill Broccolum in 1 hit. If the Mulgu does survive though, I have Electric Storm on my Scaravolt to deal with it. He swaps out Gazuma. That's okay. I didn't want to deal with it right now anyways. Him getting the Momo swap's kind of bad though. Faraday Cage does a lot of damage, but I do have the evasion now. Ooh, this will be close. I don't think it kills. Yeah, nope. Guess I should have Plagued on Broccolum. No, nope, that wouldn't matter. Because the Mulgu has +2 speed from Fast Charge. It's probably for Garunder. Yep. Wonder if this Garunder has Clay Ball. Undermine. Makes my Scaravolt do less damage from the special attack drop. But I can swap out Scaravolt now. And get... Camo actually resets all stat changes when it applies. So if once I swap Scaravolt back in, it will no longer have the -1 special attack. And this is about the best turn for Hazrat to do something. I guess it's also like Psypat's best board too. Shoot, maybe I go Psypat. Psypat won't like to eat a knockback. You might use Nox Bomb on the Broccolum as well. My Broccolum has a little bit. Oh no, he just kills with Momo. Interesting. So maybe we see the clay ball here. No, we see beef ups. I guess he's just predicting me. So that's pretty bad for me. A Paizo certainly kills Saipat. A Nox Bomb, I believe, would, but I can't say for sure. Momo OX as if it uses another move. So I'm gonna try and double and kill the Garunder. Don't think so. I don't think that's enough. It'll live with like 6%. Oh, way more than 6. Yikes, Hazrat's weak. Yeah, there's the Paizo. Bye bye, Saipat. Now Hazrat loses like all of its health too. From a knockback. Or undermine. We're not out of options yet, but they are dwindling. If he swaps Momo for Gazuma here, I think the game's over. 2-2 is my only thing left to deal with Mashuk, and I don't have any tag team left. Yeah, this player's playing very well. I think he's one of the new players that came with Showdown, and he's been playing like constantly. I've run into him a lot. So he's gained a lot of experience in the current meta over the last few days. Right. He uses Electric Storm. I was hoping he'd Tornado Hazrat, I'd outspeed. Get the high toe off on Gazuma. And it still wouldn't have mattered. Well, GG's. On the bright side, I finished up fast enough. I have enough time for another game. The team kind of ruins me. Digi, Toxic, Momo. I forget what my bans were, but there were other threats, I'm sure. Yeah, 15 games warm up. I'd say that's pretty solid. And then having a little short break in between these and the interregional will be good too. Or invitational. I'm gonna mix those names up constantly. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about though. I've been playing with the team though. I haven't noticed any glaring flaws, like things. I haven't been like, man, I wish I had this Tem here instead. I don't know what Tems could actually fill the slots in this team. Like Saipat's basically filling the Gorong slot that I used to have. they play completely differently. There's no Tem that scales as well as Gorong used to, offensively. Saipath's just more type coverage and keeps the tag team bonus. He faced Venom again. So he is running... He added a Waddle to his team. So he's less melee weak now. He's got triple mental. It's probably an offensive Waddle. He's got no toxics, or he's got one toxic for Faraday synergy. I'm still gonna ban the Adoro. At least Waddle I can hit with Saipat. Could very well see another Inky Shelllant lead. I think I'm gonna bring Gario. Because Gario's pretty good against his entire team. He can't bring either of his mentals because Gario hits him. Only thing he could do is bring a priority Tem and Volphy, but I did calc to live the Volphy plague, so things are a-okay. Must not be a camo Ukama, because then the evasion wouldn't work. Proclam's good again though, so yay. Yeah, so there goes Saipat, that makes sense. He's got 2 Earth types, so I don't really want to bring Scaravolt. Just a matter of, do I want to deal with Auhi or do I want to deal with Lowaddle? Because Auhi has Ignis more than likely, or it can just wipe my team in a late game situation. But Lowaddle's typing and damage output are really high. Plus if it gets a sacrifice with Dooms off, that could be bad. I think I'm going to choose the Auhi though and just hope that the Lowaddle will sacrifice at some point. Saku's very good here. Yeah, that's another thing. Banning Auhi takes out the fire. Gives Saku more value. Hazrat's nice. He would only have 1 Earth type if I do bring Skara. I think I'm gonna do it. It's just difficult. I only have 2 tag team bonus here with a fight melee and a flying wind. But Scaravolt, Scaravolt has good friend, so we're gonna go with that. But 2-2 probably would have been better for a swap in turn 1. Yeah. Yep, should have gone 2-2. Oh well. The way I have this team set up, I have 4 things that can hit Inky super effective. So I am going to sack the Gario. Oh, come on, really? Well, Gario dies. I guess I should have known. If it wasn't camo, it was probably drill. I think that's just game. That's very rough. Funny, hello Lelouch. Yeah, it is kind of funny. Because I just beat Venom 2 games ago. So he's changed up his team a little bit to be better into melee cores, which also included mine. Tourney's open gear, yeah. We'll see how the tourney goes anyways. I'm not overly confident in my team. If the Shelllant outspeeds Hazrat, yeah. I was hoping Hazrat would be faster, so it's this is just game. So it's actually a fairly speedy Shelllant. I'm used to Welcomer ones being bulky so that they can actually survive the hits that come their way. I don't even think Thunderstrike one-shots this stupid thing. Yeah, he stays in. Alright. Yeah, definitely GG. And the Sharp Rain in the flex slot. He just doubles. If it was Water Cannon there in the flex, or like anything other, like Denigrate or Blizzard, then I would still stood a chance, because he ignored Broccolum. But Sharp Rain is stronger, allows enough stamina sustain so it can be on the field. So that is GG's to Venom. Beat him the first time, he wrecked me the second. A bit sad to end on a loss, but I am hungry. And I'm just gonna maybe check out the matchup one more time and mentally prepare for this tournament. Before I head out, let's see if there's anyone to raid, if you guys are looking for some more content to watch beforehand. I see Pokemegas streaming. He doesn't speak, or he doesn't stream in English, but I think he's running comp, so for those who understand what's going on with the animations and such, probably understand or figure it out. Plus he's also a sub to my channel, so I've gotta support him. Thank you guys so much for the support. You've given me so much love with all the subs and follows today, and all the luck you were offering me for this tournament. I really appreciate each and every one of you. As I mentioned before, I will be recording, not streaming, but recording my matches, and then with commentary as much as I can focus during the matches, and then I will upload those to my YouTube channel, so anyone who's interested will be able to check those out later. But thank you one more time, and I will see you all next time.